captivating you. Our quote is by Benjamin Franklin, who says, "He that can have patience can have what he will." And so whatever it is that you want, sometimes you are asking yourself too many questions, but just hold on. The darkest moment of the day is just before sunrise. So have that patience, and whatever it is that you want, you will have it. Let me bring you our word for the day.
Today's word of the day is faux pas. F-A-U-X-P-A-S. It's a noun. It means an embarrassing remark or behavior in a social situation. Here's an example. It is a serious faux pas to pick your nose, whether you're in public or not. Please do take heed. It's a faux pas.
This should not just be a faux pas. This should be a crime. We should criminalize it. Picking your nose in public. Anyway, that should be our word for this morning. Anyway, let's head to the courts shortly. All right, Captain has joined us. All rise. We are in court. Captain, good morning.
Hey, Lily, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Gradually, the October.
Yes.
The pink October is ending, right?
Well, yeah.
Good.
Chama, want to me.
So there was some sort of drama yesterday at the High Court, the Law Court Complex to be precise. One thing was certain. I told you that we're not going to see the numbers as we saw the last time,
because
right? So
he was not in detention. He's been granted bail. Now he's coming from home.
Yes. But the fact that you have been granted bail, you can also incur the wrath of the court in so many ways. And one of the ways to incur the wrath of the court is when you are absent or you are late for court proceedings or sitting without any proper reason or explanation. So yesterday, rightly so, Bernard Enchibu-Esiakon, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, was expected in court. And Lily, the case, there was no exact time fixed for the case. And once that happened, it means that at 9 o'clock, officially when the court begins sitting, you should be there. Even if your case will be called at 3:59, 4 o'clock, the court officially will be closed. So you have to be in court on time. Yesterday, when the matter was called around 9:40 thereabout, in fact 9:30 thereabout, the accused person, Chairman Wontumi, and the lawyers were absent. Prosecution was represented by Mrs. Stella Ohene-Appiah, Chief State Attorney.
What of Sifako?
Sifako Bache was not in that case yesterday. So
it's interesting.
Yes.
How I missed her name. It's like, okay.
The day before yesterday, when in relation to the Sky Train, she was there.
Professor.
But this one, Stella Ohene-Appiah, was the one in this case. You know that the state attorneys are many, so the cases are distributed in such a way that depending on which of the cases you are involved in, you'll be in court at that time. So the business of the day was for prosecution to have filed their disclosures. So yesterday, a case management conference would have been held. Then the process is set out for the next line by way of the court fixing dates for the trial to begin. Now, prosecution indicated that one of their witnesses out of the jurisdiction, and so they had challenges with signing the final paper to be able to file it, but they were going to do that yesterday morning because the witness in question had arrived. So effectively, it meant that the business of the day yesterday, which was to ensure that case management conference is held, did not happen. Because same will have to be served on the accused persons and his lawyers and all of that. But when the case was called, conspicuously, Chairman Wontumi and the lawyers were absent. So then one thing was always going to happen. Was there any reason why they were not in court? In the records of the court, there was nothing. And so the court went ahead to say that the business of the day, in as much as it is not going to happen because the disclosures have not been filed, the accused person and his lawyers were also absent in court. And once they are absent without any reason to the court, then the court would then is presuming that he is somebody who is not willing to come to court. So then they have to go and look for him. So the court said on the basis of that, the last time when they were adjourning the case, no specific date was fixed to show that you are coming to court at 9:10, 9:15, or 10 o'clock or 1 p.m. so that you know that within this time you are supposed to appear before the court. So the court went ahead around 9:49 when we broke the news that Chairman Wontumi, the court issued a bench warrant for the arrest of Chairman Wontumi because he was not present in court. Then, few minutes after, just around 10, about 15 minutes after
the issuance of the bench warrant,
Chairman
he showed up.
And then the lawyer showed up. And in their mind, they thought that the case was rather fixed for 10 a.m. And my understanding is that Chairman Wontumi was even at the premises of the court earlier, but he was not present in the courtroom. And the premises of the court is not the courtroom.
It's not the courtroom.
Absolutely. So once the case is called and you are not there, one thing was always there. So the bench warrant, and you could see that Chairman Wontumi was really hot. Really, really hot yesterday.
The whole governor.
It has to,
governor.
It has to. In fact, when they even came, the court had retired. So they had to come in, wait for the state's representative to also come in. Then now they have to urge on the court, explain to the court why he was not physically present in the court when the case was called. So Justice Audrey Kokuvite yesterday, and Lily, she is a judge that if you are somebody who do not respect time, you are going to have a lot of issues with her, because once she gives you time, a minute after that time had passed, you have issues. And that is the posture that she has given in relation to how she's handling all the cases. So once she gives you time, anytime you arrive in court, she takes notes of the time that you arrive in court. And she herself will be in court because she doesn't want you to come and say that the judge has given us this time and she has come at the other time. So that one, she has made it clear. But this is what the lawyer had to say, that, in their mind, they thought that the case was going to, Andy Apiakubi actually said that, look, it is my fault. I advised my client, and I have been under the impression that the case was at 10. That is why we have come in at this particular point in time. We didn't know that the case has. So at this particular point, we are on bended knees to have the bench warrant reversed or rescinded. The court listened, but before that, the court is saying that, look, counsel, the case before the court is the Republic versus Bernard Nchibu Siakon, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, not the Republic versus the lawyer. So if you as a lawyer will come in at a specific time, as for the accused person, 9 o'clock when the case, especially when no case has been fixed, 9 o'clock when the court officially said, he should be present in court. That is so simplicity and non-negotiable. So yesterday, the court issued a very stern warning to him to say that it should be the last time that you come to court late, be punctual to court at all material time. On the basis of that, yesterday, about an hour and then a few minutes, that bench warrant was rescinded by the court. But we've been engaging his lawyer, Andy Apiakubi, and he explains what really happened.
We presume that the time was 10 a.m., so we are prepared to come at 10 a.m. In any case, today's matter was CMC, case management offense. Attorney General was supposed to serve us with the discoveries 1 week before today. We did not receive any such service, so we knew that we'll come to court and take another date for Attorney General to be able to serve us. Only for us to get to the court before 10 a.m. We informed that the matter had been called and adjourned, and the bench warrant issued against Chairman Woodley. We found that one disturbing, so we made an application to the registrar to ensure that the courts reconvene, because the client was already in the premises of the court, except that we mistakenly advised him that the matter will be called at him. So the court came back to sit and rescinded the decision in respect of the bench warrant. So for now, the case stands adjourned to 4th of November at 9 a.m. at the court premises.
But I'm sure that the message has been made. So this case has been adjourned to the 4th of November. And on the 4th of November, he's also appearing in the other leg of the case involving him and some 3 others. So yesterday, Chairman Woodley appeared in court, but he was very, very hot because he arrived late, and the bench warrant, which was earlier granted or given, or had to be rescinded upon his appearance in court.
What other case? I hear Daddy Lumba's case was in court yesterday.
Yes.
There was some finality as to when he will finally be buried.
So once you go to court and you are seeking for an injunction, it means there's an issue. There's a main issue that somebody will have to urge upon the court. But for that case or pending the determination of that case, you think that something urgent ought to be done, or something will have to be done to ensure that that main issue that you are seeking is dealt with, then everybody will know where he or she belongs to. Then the issue of interlocutory injunction will come in. And so we are being told that Charles Kojo-Fosu, a.k.a. Daddy Lumba, you note that following his death in July, sometime in July, the family has fixed 6th December for the funeral. But there's a controversy as to who is the widow in this case and who is supposed to perform the rites as a wife to the late Daddy Lumba. And so we have seen some action from Madame Akosia Sewa Fosu claiming to be the substantive wife, and she should be given the opportunity to take part in the rites of the husband, quote and unquote. And also, once he initiated that action against the head of family of the Fosus, and then one Priscilla Ofori, is it Sawabroni?
Yes, that's Sawabroni.
Absolutely.
No, that's not Sawabroni. That is Odobroni.
Odobroni.
Yeah.
So that one, Director, let's go back to that particular video of Daddy Lumba. And so that case was before the Kumasi High Court, and the determination is that once a person dies, the body belongs to the family. Whether you are even married to the person or not, the family has a greater interest or greater responsibility once death comes in. So that is one of the bases for which that interlocutory injunction seeking to block or stop the burial of a legend, Daddy Lumba, has been dismissed. So now, all the way is clear for the funeral rites to be performed. As to who is going to perform the role as a wife, when the time comes, we'll get to know. So this case, for now, that interlocutory injunction has been dismissed.
What else are we looking at this morning?
Yesterday, I was telling you about Asamoah Gyan. There's a case at the Supreme Court involving Black Stars all-time goal scorer. Once upon a time, Black Stars captain, Baby Jet, Asamoah Gyan. So there is this case at the High Court, and we did indicate that sometime on December 8, 2023, the High Court, presided over by Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapa, as it were, made an order, in fact, delivered a judgment, and that judgment, the court awarded damages against Asamoah Gyan and cost, which estimated over 1 million Ghana cedis for malicious prosecution of one Anthony Safo in relation to some criminal charges pressed against him and some others. Now, fast forward, he said that we disagree with that decision of the High Court. We are going to the Court of Appeal, the Three Wise Men, to challenge that. There is a stay of execution to put a stay of execution. The court said, look, that stay of execution will only happen in 2 ways. One, pay 50% of the amount in question, go for your appeal. When you succeed, and that 50% will be invested in a treasury bill of a sort. At which particular point that it ends, whoever wins the case will have to pick that up. Then the judgment creditor or the person who won the judgment went to the High Court this time around with an ex parte application seeking to ask the court to invite some banks. And let's see the artwork that talks about a raising issue about what the court has to say or what the court said about that garnish order. Director, let's have the one that great, not too clear, but it says that, look, so when they went to the High Court with the garnish order, this is what the High Court said, that upon reading the affidavit of Anthony Safo, and then the house number has been mentioned in all of that, on July 9, 2024, in support of the motion, ex parte, so ex parte means on the blind side of Asamoah and his lawyers for garnish order Nisi to issue for an amount of 1,661,000 Ghana cedis, representing damages and costs in the account of defendant judgment debtor respondent. So defendant here referred to Asamoah and his manager Samuel Enimado, because in the main case they are the defendant. Now, what was the decision of the court? It went against them, so they become the judgment debtor here. Then Anthony Safo went to the court and said that let's go into their bank account, so it became the respondent here. And this is what the court has said. These are the banks that the court has made an order asking them to come to court and explain who are these banks: CBG head office, EcoBank Ghana, Zenith Bank, GT Bank, Access Bank, CBG Ghana head office, and all Stanbic Ghana. What is the court saying? It said, it is hereby ordered that managers of the underlisted banks, so these banks, are directed to appear before this court to show cause why the monies to the tune of 1,061,000 accruing and standing to the credit of the defendant, that is Anthony Safo, ought not to be applied to satisfy the judgment debt in favor of the judgment of the Honorable Court dated 8 December 2023. And Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapah was the one. So Asamoah and his lawyers disagreed with these proceedings at the High Court. So they proceeded to the Supreme Court. And yesterday, a 5-member panel of the Supreme Court, presided over by Justice Amadou Tanko, listened to submissions from the parties, and the court was of the considered view that the garnishee proceedings at the High Court, which led to the court making the order for these banks to come and show cause why the amount should be paid, should not stand. So it has been quashed. That has been reversed.
Okay.
What it means now is that there is an appeal at the Court of Appeal which is challenging asking for a stay of execution of that particular judgment that the court has delivered, and the substantive appeal. And my understanding is that the lawyers led by Bobby Banson Esquire, they have filed their processes and now are waiting for a date from the second highest court of the land for them to appear and make their submissions known. So that particular judgment, as we speak, there will not be any execution. It will not be enforced. They have to wait until the second highest court of the land is taking a decision on the appeal and then whatever orders that the court will order from there. So that is one of the things that happened yesterday at the Supreme Court in relation to this case involving Asamoah and his manager.
Okay, coming up today, we know that Professor Christopher Ameyakumfi is back in court.
Yes. So
you mentioned that yesterday.
The fact that he has to appear with his lawyer or lawyers today. If he doesn't appear with his lawyers today, what it means is that he will have to do the work by himself. Because that one, the judge had made it clear that this is your last time. By Wednesday, 29th October, the trial will begin. And trial beginning means that prosecution is putting their very first witness. They are calling 8 witnesses. The very first one will be in the witness box and testify in relation to the $2 million SkyTrain cases, with the 2 of them, Professor Christopher Ameyakumfi, the second accused person, and Mr. Solomon Asamoah, the first accused person. They are standing trial for willfully, allegedly, causing financial loss to the Republic. And the 2 of them, Professor Christopher Moyekumfi was the former board chair of GIF, and then Solomon Asama was the former chief executive officer. So today, we expect the state to appear with their witness, and we expect Professor Christopher Moyekumfi also to show up with his lawyers.
What else are we looking at today? Men's gold.
Men's gold. Nana Apia Mensa. So the videos you are seeing on your screens were videos that were taken from the Court of Appeal. So there was a case at the High Court where he's asking the High Court to stay proceedings because he intends to challenge the order of Justice Ernest Osudapa for him to open his defense. Now, the court dismissed that particular request for stay of proceedings and asked Namwan to open his defense. Namwan said, no, I disagree. So he went to the Court of Appeal, the three wise men, and advanced the argument there why the High Court should be asked to stay proceedings until he's done with his appeal and all of that. The Court of Appeal did not find favor with that request, and unanimously the three-member panel dismissed that request. Namwan says that the reason we have the hierarchy of the court must be put to use, and therefore he is going to the Supreme Court. And when you go to the Supreme Court, you are going to meet 5 judges. So from one, the High Court, he disagreed. He went to the three wise men at the Court of Appeal. They dismissed that. They said, look, if 3 didn't give me the results, I'm going to 5. So today, he and his lawyers are expected before the Supreme Court, where a 5-member panel will be sitting to hear that particular request for stay of proceeding. As to whether that will be granted is another issue altogether. So these are the cases that we should keep an eye on by way of what is happening today.
Okay, thank you very much for court today. Let's head to the sports world. That's an inside joke. You know,
it has a deep meaning.
You know, the ECG infractions, my grandmother would say, Obamede. Hey! Anyway, let's talk sports. We'll talk about that later.
For
Mauli.
Yeah.
What's your motto? Head, heart, hand.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. You can't forget. And you know, I was not going to wear this. Yesterday, we made it to the quarterfinals of the National Science and Maths Quiz.
Hey, you know, go here.
I see us in the semi-finals.
Thank goodness.
If we get to the finals and something happens, if we get to that Science and Maths Quiz finals and we do win, we'll go back to campus and celebrate another anniversary.
Hey.
Yeah. But then, congratulations to the Black Queens.
Oh, yes.
The Black Queens made us proud. Yesterday, Doris Wedua scored a hat-trick. 3 goals in the second half. Wow. And in fact, we beat Egypt.
We have the women, no.
Oh.
Now, the men know is the problem.
Lily. Today, they are dropping bars. We have the men as well, don't worry. And so
we have the boys, but we have the women.
Our Black Queens made us proud. They beat Egypt 4-0. In fact, it means that 7-0 on aggregate, and they've qualified to the WAFCON. That's the woman, Doris Wedua. She scored a hat-trick for Ghana in there. So, another WAFCON for us, 2026, will be happening in Morocco, and then it was great for the shoes.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you see the numbers were there. It was great. It was great.
Just that we should have had more. If it was the Black Stars, a lot of us would have gone to the stadium.
Yes,
so.
yes. The Black Queens are obviously active, and you could see that. I mean, we can say that Ghanaians stand up. They stand up for the Black Queens in there. And then yesterday, Kurt was there. You know the issue surrounding the payment of the bonuses and all that. We understand that it was settled yesterday after the game. So,
I like the shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Qualified.
The celebrations were wild.
That's good.
I mean, they made sure that it was not just for the men when they qualified for the World Cup, but then we also got shirts for our ladies as well. And then some celebrations for them as well. That's a good one. And then I saw Kate dancing with the girls, some small, here and there. But congratulations to them. We are so proud of them making us proud. And I think it's just right that we listen to the lady, and then he said the man, the lady who scored a hat-trick for us, Doris Bwedua, and then of course some of the other players after we beat Egypt. You know, one other thing someone said was that the Egyptians you see today, you see them more. And of course, Doris Bwedua spoke to Monica Bukari.
To be honest, because like Ghana, for Ghana for WAFCON and Yamankoye, and maybe no like with determination. No, making me mind to say I was said Ghana for no money. I was like me working hard. Na me improve on Nema me lucky. Until I know me like Emma me and then me 3 goals and teamwork.
I feel great and I feel incredible happy to be part of this team. It's been an incredible journey and a new transition and all of that. Like just being part of the girls and working together to make sure that we bring women's game in Ghana, especially to the next level. So this has been incredible.
And as an individual player, no me ankasa so maniaji because I need to say, oh my Ghana, na we 25 players, 30 players, na me grace as Antoine Mekan, which means a great achievement. Na senior work and we your friend is saying Black Queens are near Japan because we are saying Niama see a team with free time I build the team coach no before a team now where the barrier coach is so very fun and young players you're determined because it's been a long time you call WAFCON last year you call which means this year expectation was because you team next WAFCON be na you team qualify for World Cup until you say the away and say you be qualify akọ World Cup which means WAFCON next year no I was say a year
I was saying yes,
we have the women.
Yes. Congratulations to them. We're so proud of them. And coach of the side, Kim Lass. This man has done. You know, he's a giant.
Kim Lass, no chop Lass. Yeah.
Bass. Oh my. And Kim Lass, he's handled this lady so well. And then he says that he believes that the team is getting better.
We are not finished yet. We are keep building. We know that we also have some young girls that is pushing from the princess, and there are other players in the league and also abroad that the potential can help us. But this group we need to respect and have in our mind that doing very good things. But of course, like when we have trainings together and meetings together for every meeting and every training, we grow as a group and we learn each other. And we're getting better and better, and you saw it in the WAFCON, and you have seen it over 2 games against Egypt now, and I think the future is bright for this team.
Team is getting better and better. Yeah. Let me quickly get out of here before you drop another match. Let's end off with the Carabao Cup. There was action yesterday, and then of course we saw Grimsby. They beat Manchester United yesterday. In the Carabao Cup, big games in the Carabao Cup. There's Arsenal taking on Brighton at exactly 7:45 p.m. Liverpool play Crystal Palace 7:45 p.m. Swansea take on Manchester City. There's Wolves up against Chelsea, and then at 8 p.m. Newcastle United will take on Tottenham Hotspurs in the Carabao Cup. So let's see which teams will make it to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. But then, of course, Manchester United. Yeah, Bobo. We are coming. And of course, that should do it for the sports chat this morning. I am Jones ADZI, and a good morning, early morning to you, because we're outside.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes. No bus.
It's okay. All right. Let's look at what the newspapers are reporting this morning. We begin with the Daily Graphic. City hits 60th milestone. Vice President calls for safeguarding currency's integrity. GNPC pushes ahead to take charge of oil projects. President announces state funeral for Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings. ADB records 154% profit growth. That's a good one. That's it on the front page of the Daily Graphic. IB has joined me for the papers, and then we'll bring you inside out.
Yes, of course. Daily Guide Lily. Gay bill died with 8 Parliament. That's according to the Speaker.
Now, why are they confusing us?
Good question. That's a very good question. So, Mohammed Arega, when he made the argument that the bill had left the corridors of Parliament, indeed had the information that the bill had indeed left the corridors of Parliament. But apparently what happened was that the bill, when it got to the presidency and it was rejected, and it came back to Parliament, it never left. So the bill never left the 8th Parliament eventually. Regardless of the fact that the Speaker gave an order after the Supreme Court judgment for the clerk to resubmit the bill to the presidency. It never happened. So once that didn't happen, it means
that it expired.
With the 8th Parliament.
So now that is a clarification. We have put finality to it.
Exactly.
So we have to relay it in Parliament.
That's it. And then we pass the assurance from the Speaker, and then the majority and the minorities that should be passed. But of course, Samuel Abujinapo had a caution. Says the same pill that they wanted Akufo-Addo to swallow in its form, structure, content, height, should be the same pill that President Mahama should swallow, i.e., not even door should be
taken out of the bill. But President Akufo-Addo, why didn't you assent to it? Why are they now trying to push it on the NDC? But President Mahama, you said you passed it to, so President, pass it.
Yes. So the other headlines here, Barry Daddy Lumba are scheduled. That's according to the court. So court dismissed the injunction application.
It was unnecessary.
Exactly. See, we are no lawyers and we don't pretend to be lawyers. But what we know for a fact is that a dead body belongs
to the family.
It's basic.
Yes.
There are no ifs, there are no
buts.
Whatever the family wants to do to the dead body.
Whatever the family decides stands.
As African will say, bona fide. Yes, the dead body is the bona fide of the family.
Exactly.
Now, state barrier for Nana Akufo-Addo, the president made the announcement yesterday. And one to me escapes bench warrant, like Emmanuel Bipo will say, a cadet. Yes. Yes, he said he was late.
Governor.
He's been warned never to be late again to court. But the judge too, not tree.
No, but you see, I mean, if the court starts at 9 and you walk in at 10, that's 1 hour past. So
I get
you are presumed to be absent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's the discretion of the judge.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
That's true. But he made it. He made it. I can't imagine how much he was panting when he eventually walked in, because it's like Samir Oku would say. He said he was drinking water, watching TV, and he hears Atugua mention his name, Supreme Court petition, and he choked on the water. It's a serious thing. So, our Daily Guide Network announces new appointment, and Paula Foko declares bid for NPP national chairman position. You know, they always say, "Untimine Foko." A focus over your Foko.
Yeah, this one in their bars. But what are his chances for somebody who was kicked out of the party? Because even though his suspension was indefinite, but I mean, it for want of a better expression was a kick out.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
The people didn't want you. Later, you came in when they were in government. That was way after their first term. You know, rekindling with your party folks, touching base with the grassroots. I don't know how that will pan out. If I were his child, or if I were related to him, I'll tell him to let go. You were once a chairperson for the party. It's not your bona fide property. I mean, you don't have to...
Two things from what you just said. he could have a smooth sail because many people will be sympathetic towards his cause. They will feel that he had not been treated well. He could not end his tenure because they voted for him in Tamale at that famous or infamous conference. Now he's back, just like Mahama came back to serve his unaspired term, right? That's there. The other one is, like you mentioned, you might have been forgotten, right? It's ages ago.
And you see, the fact that some of them feel that you're a traitor.
Yes.
Will also still be in the minds of the people. You would have to do a lot of work to convince them. A lot of water has passed under the bridge.
When he was in Starchat, he said the work he had put in secured victory for the NPP in 2016. And so he's back to reinforce that. The party is in opposition, right? He was chairman when the party was in opposition. And he was able to, according to him, on Starchat, to bring the party to power. And he's seeking to do a same. The list is a long one.
Yeah.
Boacheja Akon,
Asabi,
John Buedu, Asabi, Chairman Untumi, yes, and many others. And many others. Many others. So let's see. He has jumped
Torino.
Yes.
That's Boacheja Akon.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, let's move on. CD at 60. Let's sustain stability. That's quite confusing one. It appears sustainability.
Yeah.
You know, let's
that's a good
sustain
one. Yeah.
stability. That's according to the Vice President. Yesterday, the CD at 60 was launched.
Yeah.
President Mahama and wife visit family of Nana Akufo-Addo Agyeman Rawlings. Ghana will forever remain part of me. That's Lebanon ambassador.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure he's done with his tenure.
Yeah.
3.4 billion cedis injection strengthens NHIs. That's according to the Chief of Staff.
The Daily Post this morning, stop pricing goods and services in US dollars, according to the finance minister to force. And Mahama announces state barrier for the late Nana Akufo-Addo Agyeman Rawlings as he signs book of condolence open in her memory. The internet never forgets. Old video exposes chairperson of PAC, Abna Ose-Asare. I think it was a spat between herself and Governor Kwame Abuja.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think, during her, I think, vetting. Gold Ball Jewelry appoints Bola Ray and Joycelyn Duma as brand ambassadors. Congratulations to both of them. Congratulations to you, boss.
To our boss.
Yes, yes. So now, when you see us, you have to watch for blinks. No, in fact, we'll increase Lily's blinks. Henceforth, good, no.
The Chronicle says NPP chairmanship race enter Paula Foko. ECG overspent budget by 189 million cedis. A public account committee refers former managers to attorney. Just say.
And I'm sure you've seen the list.
Yes.
We'll go through the list for at least for viewers to appreciate.
Samira energizes Baumia's campaign. Oh, and I saw a video of her speaking Fanti.
Yeah.
She speaks impeccable Fanti. And Fanti, your door, Papa.
Fanti.
Yeah. Gold Ball Jewelry unveils Bulari, Jocelyn Duma as brand ambassadors. The memory verse this morning, 2 Corinthians 4,
8-9.
8-9. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not driven to despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken.
Struck down, but not destroyed. Yes. The Daily Searchlight. No structural failure at Roman Ridge project site. That's according to the FRACO. Yesterday, a 3-story structure came crumbling. 14 workers, fortunately, were rescued, and we're told that they sustained some minor injuries. Good news there, it could have been much more catastrophic. Ghana's airports to shut down as Air Traffic Safety Electronics Association declares impending strike. And woman burns private parts of girls for bedwetting. Yes, it's a story that we'll bring to you subsequently. It's a very sad development, but I don't know why many people think this is the way of treating bedwetting. We've had too many stories of this nature. Right.
People living in certain oh, God.
Regional balance could be delaying appointment of defense minister. That's according to the former deputy defense minister, Major Derek Odru.
Late side says youth factor elevates NPP's Brian in Ashanti. Palestine seeking Ghana's leadership guided by African liberation spirit for justice. U.S. President Trump chooses war over diplomacy in the Caribbean. Egypt ready to partner and support Ghana's Eco-Technical Institute. That's according to an ambassador. Ghana Health Service champions early breast cancer detection and treatment to beat avoidable fatalities. Asafuache Tete Okudjetoweku announces crucial meeting to appoint substantive clan head.
The custodian this morning, Mohammed's custodian, Paul Afoko joins NPP national chairmanship race. Stop your unlawful media trial. Minority tells Attorney General. Samira, Wu Central Region delegate for Baumia. And Gold Ball Jewelry picks Bolare, Jocelyn Duma as brand ambassadors. And Dua, Anes Akufo-Addo for upholding rule of law.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The new crusading guide, Roman Rage building collapse, quite unfortunate. No structural failure had project sites, that's according to DevTraco. So what could have happened? Aviation engineers down tools tomorrow over empty promises. Hey, Lau. Martin Kwebu secures deal for Trasaco over Pantine lands. Woodfield's petition Accra police commander over corporals' alleged misconduct and land guardism. DCOP Tai Kujo promoted to COP transferred to head PPSB. And NPP flag bearer raised Ashanti youth go wild for Brian Echampo. Victory Bible Church partners ANMA to fix Awoshi Road.
That's good development there. Kudos to the church. The Daily Statesman, Africa must lead with purpose. Akufo-Addo declares at Dua Forum 2025. I like the fact that the former president is getting speaking opportunities. Engagement. Elsewhere, it's a very lucrative venture. The U.S. president, when they leave office, that's how they make their money. Hopefully, Africa also pays. Government, NIA, stakeholders unite to end illegal co-payment. And Samira kicks off campaign for Baumia. Paul Afoko eyes NPP national chairmanship position, and no quality foundation learning without well-trained teachers.
That's true.
That's true.
The Ghanaian publisher this morning, opinion marking Aine undermining justice. That's according to opinion marking. Akufo-Addo rallies Africa to ditch aid. Samira storms Central. Bolare Jocelyn Duma front. Gold Ball Jewelry. DevTraco refutes Roman Rage collapse claims.
Informer this morning, substance more important than numbers. Afenyo Markin argues, and Nana Konedu to receive full harness. Mahama apprehensive of possible coup. Domelevo reveals, and why Ghana's political class fears the OSP. Kwamina Ahin writes. Haruna seeks support of parents to enforce hairstyle and dressing code in senior high schools. I know many of you are still catching feelings over this. Cut the hair.
So that should do for the papers. Tomorrow we'll talk about the ECG and its financial infractions. Charlie, stinking.
Communications budget overrun.
You know,
whatever publicity.
But budget. Communications budgets, no. What did they do?
We didn't get some here
because we no benefit to public accounts. We are not among those who benefited. We ask them. We are declaring it here now. We are not among. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hassan. We are back after this. Be there with the breakfast review. Stay with me. This is still GH Today here on GHOne TV, and I am Lily Mohammed. Now, are you a young entrepreneur, a woman building something remarkable, or running an SME ready to expand across borders? Then this is your moment. Lend me your ears for the next couple of seconds. Under the patronage of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, in partnership with the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat and the Africa Prosperity Dialogue, the Africa Prosperity Dialogues 2026 is coming your way under the theme Empowering SMEs, Women and Youth in Africa's Single Market, Innovate, Collaborate and Trade. This is an all-important African meeting which will take place at the Accra International Conference Center from 4th to 6th February 2026. The 3-day Africa Prosperity Dialogues 2026 will be accompanied by the Project Afrique exhibition, and the event will culminate with the Africa Prosperity Champions Awards and Gala Dinner at the Kempinski Hotel on the 6th of February 2026. Network with leading investors, access real funding, and learn how to trade across Africa's market of 1.5 billion customers. This isn't just another conference, it's your avenue to continental success. Register now at africaprosperitynetwork.com, africaprosperitynetwork.com, or you can send a WhatsApp to the number +233 536 098325, +233 536 098325. Africa Prosperity Dialogue, where business and political leaders meet to drive Africa's single market. Now, the St. Andrew group of schools are now part of the free SHS placement this year. Now, for those of you who want self-placement, the St. Andrew's School located at Asimfosu on the platform is now called the St. Richard's Senior High School. The one at Mankasim is now called St. Luke's Senior High School in Mankasim. At Duncan Fim, we are now Mount Hebron College. At Shama, we are now Golden Gate SHS in New Edibiasi. We are now Lighthouse Senior High School, New Edibiasi. The one at Sehua Sawenso is now called the St. Benedict SHS in Sehua Sawenso. The public is hereby being notified to find the schools on the self-placement list and then choose the schools accordingly. Boarding facilities are equally available. You can call the numbers on 0244 696911, 0244 696911, or 0207 89 1004, 0207 891004. Now, for those of you who are struggling with diseases such as heart, diabetes, stroke, I have some good news for you. There is hope. At the Roman Ridge Traditional Chinese Clinic, we offer effective treatment for all of these diseases: stroke, heart disease, diabetes, spine, liver, and kidney problems. We are located opposite the Indian High Commission at Roman Ridge. You can locate us there, and then you can call us on 0546 450 672, 0546 450 672, or you can also dial the number 055 6121 863, 055 6121 863. We work from Monday through till Sunday, Monday to Friday. We open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then on weekends, that's Saturdays and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's now time for the breakfast review, and my guest has joined me. One more person will join us. Awoke Kelly is a member of the NDC Communications team. We're expecting a member of the NPP Communications team to join us. Good morning. How have you been?
Good morning. I've been well. Yourself?
I've been doing very well.
You're looking good too.
Thank you. You look
As
very
always.
good too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. But how's it going so far? 10 months into administration. How has it been?
Yeah, so far so good. At least there are things that have been constant. I have people in the banking sector who were like strong MPP guys are like, for the first time at least, we have a government that's brought fuel prices down and it's still down.
And it's actually expected to go down beginning 1st November.
Yes. And we have a government, and this is the first time that our currency had gone down, and it's still, though we had some slides, but it still had gone down, and it's still going strong and doing well. So, I remember my pastor was on platform one day and asked, "Hey, them PP guys in this church, what do you have to say?" So, for me, it's not about the NDC. It's not about this government, but it's about Ghanaians, and everybody else is feeling it. At least now you sleep, and you can sleep without thinking too much of what to eat the following day. Like it used to be 010. Yes. Now at least, if you can't have good meals, not twice, something good at least. Our food stuff have come down. Yesterday there was this thing. One of our ladies does that a lot. Prices in the market, and rice had been stable. It's even gone down. The price of rice, the price of oils, the sugar, and all that. Now, when children are going to school, we don't buy gari at 30 cedis, 35. It's now 22, 25, and I think it's good. At least things are doing good, and we are all feeling it as Ghanaians. It's not just one-sided. Because the whole thing is, we don't go to MPP markets and we don't go to NDC markets. We all go to one market. It's Kaneshie, it's Agboglushi, Accra Central, and the prices, we don't write on our foreheads. I'm coming from the government sector, so things should go down for me, and it shouldn't be for others. At least we are all feeling the heat going down for us as Ghanaians. So 10 months, so far, so good.
All right. Well, Ghanaians will be the better judge.
Sure.
Last week, unfortunate news hit the nation. That's the death of former First Lady Nana Akufo-Addo GHOne Rawlings. And all of us are mourning her. President Mohammed yesterday visited the family, and he stated that there will be a state funeral in her honor. What are your fondest memories of Nana Akufo-Addo?
My condolences to the family, especially our sister Zanato and the NDC. She's her mother, she's her grandmother. Some of us remember her even when we were little. I remember one of my aunties, who is also deceased now, used to be part of the 31st Women's movement. And for me, I remember her those times when she was so active. Nana Akufo-Addo came to Ablekuma Central then, one of the times, and it was so beautiful. And one thing I really remember and I appreciated so much during those times was when this 31st December nursery schools started in our marketplaces, in strategic areas, because most of the time we saw women at home because we have to take care of our kids. We have to make sure that they go to school and come and meet us. There's food and all that. So this market thing and all that. So she brought nursery schools in the market. You can now trade, go to the market, your kids have school to go to, and it stopped this child labor thing, because at least I don't have to tie anything for my child to go around selling, or what, to go around selling in the markets, because we used to have them. You take the child to the market, whilst you are sitting selling something, you have also giving her something to go around the market to sell for you. And it took all those things out. I remember the eradication of guinea worm. She was very instrumental, because those times when you look at our TVs, you see these things, the worms coming out, and it was kind of frustrating. Growing up, I was like, what is this? And this woman was one of the strong pillars then that made the eradication very easy. I remember that song, Send Your Girl Child to School. It was all over the televisions, the radio stations, and we enjoyed this as girls, because most homes had girls at home going to the markets with their parents and all that. And I remember her for her advocacy for women, empowering women. We had the Gary factories all over the regions. She made sure that women were empowered. We're not the type who are now depending too much on men. At least we also bring something to the table. We remember the Beijing thing.
The Beijing conference,
that's brought about a whole change when it comes to the perspective about women and leadership, women in governance and all that. If you want to talk about our mother, our grandmother, my grandma, I call her, a lot of things can be said, the positives especially. when you hear people say things or you see some of the write-ups, I say, sitting here, we all have our flaws. Nobody is perfect. We make mistakes. Even sometimes in trying to do good, you step on toes.
Yeah.
And you can't just get to the top without stepping on people's toes, which most of the times are not intentional, because you need to get certain things done, and sometimes you have to clear certain things out of the way. So you by all means will step on people's toes. People might not be happy with you, but there's somebody who taught us, for a woman and for the first time a sitting president contested him. For me, that was a big lesson for me. It's not everything we wait for. Sometimes you have to go for it yourself. You don't have to sit down expecting that the thing will come to you. Sometimes you talk and people are like, you are complaining, you are talking too much, or you are overdoing things. Some of us might see it as an over-ambitious something, but why not? It can be, when the men do it, we don't see anything wrong with it. But as soon as it's a woman, as soon as it's a lady, then we are all over the rooftop shouting, she's this. And we some of us, we've been tagged, we have names. Sometimes we don't hear them. Sometimes we do, but we don't care. Because some of these things, people are looking up to us. And so if you don't take the initiative, you don't push, how do you get there? And she made me realize that anytime women rise, the nation rises with us. The men even rises with us. They carry us along. They help us rise. But if we are waiting for the men, they'll always push us to the background. So mostly when I see, especially those of us in politics, trying to fight each other or trying to bring us down, women, I'm like, we are few. So when we allow the men, as for them, they are looking for this thing to push us out of that space. So anytime a woman rises, and this is what this woman carried us along with. And for me, this legacy is going to go a very long way to stay with us. No matter what happened in the past, no matter what will happen in the future, her name is going to be one of the names that cannot really be forgotten. She's someone we should be celebrating. And you see, one issue I have with Ghanaians, especially because of politics and all that, we don't celebrate people.
No.
We wait for them to die. Then now we want to sing good songs. We want to say good things. While the person was alive. Sometimes we see them, we don't even want to look at them. We don't even want to say, anytime they say something, we are at their throat. We want to chew them. Why should that be? Wait for the person. Will she hear anything? Do we have any life after death?
No.
While she lies there, all the good tributes is for those of us living to hear, but not the dead. So when people are alive, let them know that we appreciate them, no matter what. Because if we want to count all our mistakes, I don't think we'll be sitting here, because we say things that we shouldn't say. We do things that we shouldn't do. But sometimes we feel that was the right thing to do at that time. And it might not go down well with people. So let's learn to celebrate people and live. And let me also live.
Absolutely.
Life is simple.
Exactly. Elena Madeko is a special aide to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and a lecturer with the UPSC. Good morning, Ellen. It's good to have you. How have you been? How's the campaign going?
I'm fine. I wasn't meant to be here today, so
okay.
I'm a bit tired. No, I'm not the one who was supposed to. The person who was supposed to come couldn't. Grace was supposed to come.
Okay.
She's on the campaign trail with Hajia Samira.
Okay.
So
and I mentioned this morning that Hajia Samira speaks impeccable Fanti.
She actually speaks, I think she speaks about 10 languages. So.
She speaks, my mother is
Fanti,
Fanti,
so.
She
went to Fantiman,
yes.
School, so.
Yeah. But I know people who went to Fantiman, but still they are Fanti.
No, but you have to have, she has a skill for languages. So I think when she went there as a young person, and she took it in very fast. So, but she started her campaign for her husband, the former vice president. She's in the central region now. His Excellency, the former vice president.
One thing sometimes I find very fascinating about Ghanaians, why I want to categorize former. Once a president, always a president.
There's a current. There's a current.
I understand, but sometimes
vice president.
We stays with that.
So if you don't differentiate, they might think you are speaking about the certain vice president. I think we should give people their due. You are former. You are former. You are certain. You are certain. So His Excellency, the former vice president, is in the Western North region.
Oh, Western North, okay.
And so he's also started...
he's in the Western North.
Yes, he started the nationwide tour. He started from Blue East about 2 weeks ago. So he's also on it. The rest of us are also here doing other things, all in relation to the campaign. Even sitting here is part of the campaign. And he's still sending his message of reconciliation, his message of hope to the party grassroots, because this is an election for party grassroots. And so far, it's been good. So we are on it. Yeah.
I know that you're a very vocal person when it comes to women's rights. What are your fondest memories of Nana GHOne?
I never met her personally.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure I saw her once or twice in
at events?
Events, okay. Programs. And getting to the latter part of her life, she was really involved in the choral scene. So I saw her at one of the harmonious choral. I was once or twice at their concerts. But I never really had the opportunity to sit down and speak to her. I think maybe I should have made the effort. I didn't, and I really do regret it, because when you read about her, and those of us who grew up in the 80s, and you remember her, and some of our family members, my auntie worked with her years ago. My auntie was the regional minister during the Rollins time for the Eastern region. Her name was Patience Ado. That's my mommy's older sister. So I remember her so much with the 31st December movement and all that. And you see her and what she did with the opportunities given her. Let's not forget that she's the longest serving First Lady of this country, and it looks like she's going to be the longest serving for a very, very, very long time because of the circumstances that
of our constitution.
Yes, the circumstances that brought her husband into power. He had 11 years as a military ruler, with which she was the First Lady, and then another 8 years as a democratic leader, with which she was still the First Lady. So 19 solid years as a First Lady. And she did so many things that I think that we should not forget. Yes, there were negatives, but at this point, I think we've discussed enough of her negatives. So we should look at the positives and what she did for Ghana. One of the things that I know she did, interstate succession law. At a point in time in this country, and because a majority of us come from Akan, the Akan tribe or Akan-related tribe, or matrilineal inheritances, there was a serious case of men struggling so hard to make money or to get their property with their wives. They die, and because of the matrilineal lineage and its laws and rules, the Wafasi comes to take over. The wife and children were thrown out. Because culturally, that was the norm. That's a cultural thing. But with her push for the interstate succession law, it gave a lot of breathing space to the women whose husbands died without wills. If there's a will, the interstate succession law doesn't come in unless the will is null and void. But if there's no will, you always put the women at risk. And most of the time it is the women. And people say, oh, but the women also die. Yes, but I'm yet to hear of a woman dying and her family members going to fight over property with her husband and her children. It doesn't happen. Typical example, 15 years ago, my mother passed away. None of her family members came to fight us and our father. We went through her things, we did what we were supposed to do. She didn't have a will, but we knew what she wanted. But I can just imagine if it had happened the other way around.
The flip side.
And Daddy had gone, and there was no will. We would have had to run to the interstate succession law. So for that, for a lot of families in Ghana, I think she did well. One of the things that we also don't talk much about what she did is her fashion sense. And the fact that she
was very consistent at it.
Yes. She actually pushed or put Ghana on the map with our local fabrics. She was always adorned in either ATL or GTP or the Hollandese or the Kentes. And she made sure every single place that she went, she was adorned in Ghanaian clothing. And I listened to an interview of her where she was saying how when she started that, she had a lot of pushback from the other African first ladies. People thought she was actually poor and that she didn't have the money. That is why she was wearing, that was the perception in Africa at that point. Even African first ladies, they felt that you had to dress up in the Dior's and in the Louis Vuitton and all those ones. when you could easily have done it. So she said she had to push for it. It got to a point people actually had to call her, but Madam First Lady, you should say no, I'll do the Ghanaian way. And so she started that thing, making sure that women in public spaces show up in a Ghanaianness. I think one of the people who all have learnt from her in terms of fashion is Samira Baumia, and she was quite close with her. So it was one of the conversations she'd had. And so if you realize, Samira built on that. When I say Samira, I mean the former second lady. She built on that with using Ghanaian designers. Ghanaian designers. And that has pushed our fashion very, very far. I know the other first ladies also did it, but these two, for me, and especially led by Nana Akufo-Addo, put Ghanaian fabrics right there for women. That is the second thing I remember. And the third thing I do remember is, some of us also forget, in our financial sector, during her time, there was nowhere a woman can go for a loan without getting your husband, your brother, your father to guarantee for her. She said she had to go through it. And when she had to go and get the former president to come and guarantee a loan for her because she was a woman. And that was one of the financial laws that she pushed to make sure that women can access financial services without a man. So what about if I don't have a husband? I don't have a son. I don't have a father.
I don't have an uncle.
I don't have an uncle. Or I don't have any family member who is prepared to guarantee for me. It means I can't access it even though I qualify. I'm working. Now, I mean, a woman is 18 years and above and she qualifies and she can pay for her loan. Why must she need a man to come and sign for her? For me, these three things are the things that I so remember from her. And it's right now we might think it is a matter of course. But I can bet you some 10, 15, 20 years ago, our mothers and aunties didn't get it that way. It was tough. Even with women who were highly educated, it was really tough for them to move into certain spaces, especially in the financial spaces in this country. And she did very well for us. She made it so easy for Ghanaian women to show up on the international stage. Because I know from her example, people like my mother, who were working in the NGOs those days, were traveling all over the country. My mommy changed her wardrobe. So that when she's traveling outside Ghana, she would always have Ghanaian tie and dye. She would sew all her clothing except the coats that were. It got to a point she was even sewing her coats for winter with Ghanaian fabrics. And I remember her sending us to get the one that we put in pillow. Those days, the feathers that you know, they were, depending on which country she was going to, they were putting it in her coat and sewing it. And to keep it.
Now you're giving me an idea.
Oh, yes.
Maybe something that we should.
When she gets to a country and it's winter, she's still able to show her Ghanaianness with all these things. And all of these fashion choices were all influenced by Her Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. May she rest in peace. She's done her bit. I'm hoping we all learn from her, especially those of us who are in politics, that no matter the opportunity that you get, it doesn't matter how big. She had a huge stage. But other people have also had that stage and they decided to be in their, sit it out. And there's nothing wrong with that. But she decided to work with the space. So no matter the space we find ourselves, we should do something that would impact our societies when we are gone. One of the last things that I think I would want to talk about is a strong stance in politics. She didn't agree with the NDC at a point. She went for an election. They said no. She packed her bag and baggage and she left.
To create her own party.
And she left without
looking back.
Yes, and she also left. She left them to their devices. She didn't destroy them because she could have. If she had been on a destructive...
Her husband was the founder.
Exactly. And so she could have. But she decided to leave it be. And it has benefited her and her children. Her daughter is now an MP. Can you imagine if she had been so terrible to the NDC at that time? How can her children even show up in the party? Now her children are also integral parts of the party their father founded. And I think it's a good legacy to take. The 31st December Women's Movement, I'm wondering what happened with it. Is it still around? Perhaps who owns it? That's something we should look at. Is it owned by her or is it owned by the NDC? If it is owned by the NDC, I think they can look at it, revamp it, and then perhaps name the whole movement after her because she's done well. If it's the NDC that owns it. But if it is owned by her, It means her legacy and her estates would have to look at it and perhaps put it in a good way where it can really continue her impact, especially for the girls and women of Ghana. May she rest in peace, and my condolences to her family, especially her children.
Absolutely.
I feel for the children because their father is not there.
They are orphans now.
They are orphans now. It's not easy. Though they are grown, they are not like
life is. You're growing up with parents, and the next minute one is gone, and the next minute the other is gone.
The other one.
And then you're also becoming a parent. You're becoming a grandparent.
That's life. It's a cycle of life. That's why those of us who still have either both parents or one still with us, let's appreciate them.
Seriously.
We'll be here forever.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the Attorney General and the minority's stance on the Attorney General's press conferences and the public speaking, especially on cases that he's taken to court.
Some he hasn't taken.
Yes, some he's giving, for want of a better expression, what the minority says is public trial. Of some of these persons, even before heading to the court. They say that, well, if you have a watertight case, why not go to court? Why are you coming to the public to announce even before going to court? And I've also heard from some quarters of the majority saying that, well, it's a form of accountability to the public. Ellen, what are your thoughts?
What are we accounting for? The work of the Attorney General is in court. The work of the Attorney General is to win cases. The work of the Attorney General is to get back what he, in his estimation, he feels people have stolen. And so the work is not really done in the media. He seems to have this tendency of coming out with sensational headlines and topics and huge sums of money that he thinks that people have stolen. And then he'll come and announce it. But the media is not the court. It's not the court. That's why there's a full court there. So for me, I have to agree with the minority. Let's talk, more action. Let's talk, more action. If you think somebody has taken something that belongs to Ghanaians, and you have to take it back, coming to us to tell us in the media doesn't change anything. We were here when he came to tell us all the things that Mr. Dubois has done. And then he eventually put the charge sheets there. And the things that he said he had done were not even on the charge sheets. They were different issues. And that is what we are all trying to say. You don't come and tarnish somebody's image with all manner of things. You get to the courtroom and those things that he said he has done are not even there. Last week we saw him with the former Buffer Stock boss. Where is the charge sheet? By now,
we're yet to see it.
By now, the gentleman should be charged, according to what he's saying.
He's been charged.
He's been charged? When? Because I haven't heard it.
I have it.
When?
When was this?
28th.
28th.
Yesterday.
That was yesterday.
He was charged yesterday, and you haven't heard it. I haven't heard it.
Well, I haven't. Let me find out.
Find out. Maybe he has been charged and we don't know. And what are the charges? If he has been charged, what are the charges? And this is where the discussion starts. Here. Now that's, and I'm taking Awo's word for it. I usually don't take NDC people's word for it. But I'm taking Awo's word for it that he has been charged.
I can send it to you.
And if it's true that he has been charged, then they should let us know why has he been charged quietly? And we are not hearing anything. By now, today, we should be discussing what the charges are and what Hanan's defense would be. But you just don't come last week to come and tell us all this. And the fanfare that you used to charge him, the fanfare that you used to announce.
So it's not 20, okay, so it is coming out now as we speak, 8:28.
He was charged when? This morning?
Yes, I'm seeing it this morning.
Exactly.
So it just 8:28.
Today is
8:20. So it came 8:28. It's 8:31. So just about
4 minutes ago. So why couldn't he have done the charges? Now that it's come, please send it to me. Let us look at it. This is where the conversation starts. Not last week. Last week's one was just the media circus that he did, and the gentleman had to come and reply and said it's not true. So now that he's now going
count to one. Stealing contrary to section 1241 of the Criminal Offences Act 29, count 2. Fraudulently causing financial loss to the Republic contrary to section 179A clause 3A of the Criminal Offences Act 29. And then count 3, money laundering contrary to section 12C of the Anti-Money Laundering Act 1044. Then Pfizer, okay, so, well, that was in collaboration with his wife. Count 4, money laundering. Also, count 5, money laundering. Count 6, stealing. Count 7, defrauding by false pretenses. Count 8, dishonestly receiving, contrary to section 147. Count 9, money laundering. Count 10, fraudulently causing financial loss to the state. Okay, so because he's charged with his wife, so a number of them, it's his wife.
How many counts?
16 counts. No, hold on. Actually, it's more than that. It's 20. I see 23 counts here. It could be more. It's still loading, but so far I've seen 23 counts. So now that
he's done this, now the Hanan and his wife and their lawyers will now sit down, take a look at it, because officially now he has been charged. And then they can also bring their defense, and then the court can look at it. And this is how it should be done. These are the processes. You charge somebody to court. You give the person the opportunity to also come and defend himself. You do not start a media trial and you try and paint him black before you send him to court. And so if you go and he's able to defend himself and all these things, he's pronounced innocent, would you come back and have another press conference and say that you said it, now you have changed your mind?
Okay,
you
so
have to give
24 counts.
You have to give everybody a fair chance. So now that he has now charged him to court,
him, his wife, and then their company, Aludiba.
Whoever it is, all three of them would now have the opportunity to go to court and defend themselves. And that is all that the MPP is asking for. Give people the opportunity to defend themselves.
Okay, so actually him and 4 others, his wife, there was a gentleman that was mentioned.
At large.
And then so over acts of stealing, money laundering, and causing financial losses and abuse of office. So these are the counts, 24 of them as we have it. Ellen, are you done?
Yes.
Okay.
For me, I remember 2016. People were talking about corruption and corruption cases and all that. I don't believe that anybody who is given an appointment shouldn't be made to account. If you are given a responsibility, you should know that it goes with accountability. So anytime you are out of office or even when you are in office, you should be ready to account for your stewardship. Because wherever you are put, it doesn't belong to you. You are just a steward of that place. It's for the nation. It's for the people of this nation, Ghanaians for that matter. Because it's our taxes that are being used to pay us, no matter what. And mostly, when I was growing up, one reason, those times we used to do government, I don't know whether they still have it, Form 5 and 6 form. And I remember one lecturer, I love that lady a lot. She believes in all that goes with appointments and all that. The fancy things, the cars and all that, the whatever that goes with it. So the one question I remember asking in classes, if after all this you don't do well, what do we do to you? And that question wasn't properly answered to the best of my understanding. Because mostly when we are given places, we are looking at what we can get out of that place, what we can get from every appointment we get, but not what we can give back to society or the people we are there to serve. And when the time comes for our accountability, then we are shouting and all that. When everything is going on, and it's very difficult in this country because every time we have one party trying to speak for and against, because it's my party that this thing is happening against, I should speak against it. It's my party that is in power, so I should speak for it. But right cannot be wrong at any point in time, or wrong being right just because of the color differences. No. So for me, I don't know what the problem of the minority is. If someone, I believe that even if it's my party, then I should be happy that this is the time that someone is being called to account for the person's stewardship. We should push for the person to do the right thing. At least it will exonerate the person rather if we feel that the person hasn't done anything wrong. But when it's like we always want to speak for, we shouldn't have done this, we should have done this. For me, I don't see where it comes from. Because if anybody is being told that you did ABC wrong, then it's the right time for the person to come out to say that I did wrong or I did right. Let the person prove their innocence. Let the person prove that this is the intention. This is what I did. And we were in this country when the Chachuchi cutters and co were jailed. People died out of it. It's not because they did something that benefited them, but they said they caused a financial loss to the state because the person decided to invest in something that they thought would have helped their organization or institution at that point in time. But they felt that the law says that no, it did not benefit. Though you did not benefit from, you didn't benefit financially or whatever, still the country lost. So prove yourself. So this is the time, I don't see, if I sit here, I'm given an appointment. And at the end of my stewardship, you ask me to account. I feel that would be the fine opportunity. Rather than trying to hide things, and then people are like, you did it, you didn't do it, when you are not given opportunity. But we thank God that now whatever he's saying is not there, is there now. His lawyers and himself, if they did things right, I don't see why somebody should be at large by now, running away. Why are you running to? I know Ghanaians. Whatever it says, no matter where you go, you still have to calm down. So if you did things right, why should you run? The law, when we are doing things, we forget that no matter what, the law will catch up with us. So for me, I always say that this is a reminder to some of us that we are now in government. So that when you are doing something, you should be cautious that no matter how long it takes, whatever you do, you have to account for it. So that is all I have to say. So people should be prepared to always account for their stewardship. They should be prepared to face whatever. Clear yourself rather. So if you have found one thing, you pay for it. If not, why not? Who is interested in putting you in jail or doing something that you've not done and you are being held responsible? It's a fine opportunity. It's not time to start shouting and people going after people for whatever. Somebody has been put there as the Attorney General. That's his duty to make sure that anybody who did wrong now or yesterday, tomorrow, should come and account for. And it's as simple as that.
But on this, your colleagues on the minority side say that why is the Attorney General coming into the public to announce these cases even before he heads to court?
We all have our style of doing things. I might not be the type who want to do it that way. Maybe that's his style. You know, Aura was one of the backbones of Ghanaians giving us this mandate. And it was massive. And so you have to let the people at every point in time get to know that this ABCD is going on. Because if you listen to public opinions, you realize that people are saying that they are not hearing anything. They are not seeing anything. And some of these things, because they are being done on the quiet, people feel that the government is doing nothing about it. And I've heard even some of our colleagues on the other side, these same people, saying that scratch me, scratch your back is going on. So if now I'm coming to tell you that nothing of that sort is going on, what's my mistake or my wrong in this instance? You are telling me that I'm trying to cover up for your own people. Now I decided to let the public know that I am not covering up. So things are being done under the quiet. One thing this Attorney General has said he doesn't want to do is to put people in the court for 8 years when we don't really have evidence to nail them. And for 8 years, we just waste people's time in court, going up and down, and at the end of it, nothing happens. So we are taking our time to investigate issues, to make sure that things are properly done. We say things when we're in opposition. So we can't just jump and start doing things and do it and not conclude right on that, on those issues. So this is what is happening. So he has to let people know, the nation know that we are not in bed with people who have done wrong. We are not in bed with them, but we can't just also rush to courts just to go and stand in court and say that because there was this allegation, perception. So we are here with these people. So you court going, or we are now going to do fact finding. So at least this is 24 counts, serious ones, plenty for that matter. So it couldn't have been just a 1 day thing, 2 months thing, 3 months thing. For 10 months, I think we have done well. So this is what is happening. It's not like somebody feels like going to the public. People want to know what is happening. And so mostly when cases goes to court, you can't just come and sit here and be talking about it. And you can't even hear most of them unless someone goes to court and maybe puts it out that this is what is happening. So he has to let Ghanaians know, if you are asking questions, these are your answers. Okay.
Helen, do you have anything to add?
Oh, yes. I mean, this is Rich coming from an attorney general who does 60-40 arrangements with people who are in court. An attorney general who comes in and in less than 3 months decides that his party people who are in court, the cases haven't been decided, over 10 of them, he'll go and file a nolle prosequi and ask them to go home. Nothing. All our money down the drain, gone. And he comes to charge 1 MPP or 2 MPP appointees, and we should be clapping for him. The job is not in the clapping. The job is not in the charging. You have charged, and that is why we insist that charge them. Send them to court. Now, they are also going to put up their defense. So let's wait and see. Let's see how their defense will come up. Let's see what they would also do. And let's see if this one would also not stretch for. You don't have 8 years. They have 3 years. They have already spent 1 of their 4-year mandate. So we just have 3 years. I hope whatever it is that they're doing, the Attorney General has enough evidence to secure whatever conviction, whether it's a conviction of innocent or not innocent, or what, guilty or not guilty. He has it. So he doesn't really have time, and this is not the time we have to congratulate him. We congratulate him when he's able to get the work done. This is just the beginning. So whether you come and announce it in a press conference and make noise about it, that is not where the trial is. The trial is in court. So now that he has actually charged them, let the games begin.
Absolutely. We are back after this break. Stay with me. Things, by the way. My guests are still here, Elena Madeko and Wiki Kelly. Let's talk about the debate on keeping hair in school for senior high school students, especially girls. Some say we should cut it. The education minister has made it clear cut that it should be enshrined that all girls who are going to secondary schools must cut their hair. Maybe
why not boys? All of them. That's
no, but you know, girls usually have long hairs before they go to secondary schools, and they have to. So now it's a blanket. Everybody, you go with the low cut. You are parents. I mean, we're all parents here, but let me start with you. I started earlier with Ellen. As a mother, how does that make you feel that you grow a child's hair, she's going to secondary school, you have to cut it? Does it in any way affect her studies? And did it affect her studies while she was in basic school, such that it will affect her in secondary school?
Thank you. But for me, is my sister here not looking beautiful?
She is.
At her age, she's not fighting over here. So why not our children? Me, in my house, a child is a child. I don't wear wig and you wear wig. The best you can do is to braid your hair. You are done. My daughter's 21st birthday. That's my last one. Someone gave a wig. I took it from her.
Why? She's 21.
But you're a child. Okay. Because you are my house. I give the rules. You obey. And everybody understands that thing in my house. So she herself, when they brought that thing, Mommy, I dash you. Because I don't see why I should be wearing wig. That my daughter is following me with another wig. Near the nam. How many times do you see me in wig here? It even stresses me. I know of some basic schools that don't allow the students to braid. All they do is, I think, the nursery section, and they are done with that. From kindergarten that you are going to the primary, you don't. Because, my sister, sometimes you see a child's braided hair, and it's more than a month. And you can see the thing is dirty, and it's smelly. And the child is so uncomfortable. Parents, we don't have that much time. Early morning, you are out of the house. You are in the studio by now. What time will you get to have that time to do your daughter's hair? So you leave that girl at the mercy of a house help or a nanny or something. And most of them are just wicked. They don't take good care of it. She herself can't take care of a child taking care of a child. And so how would they take good care of that child for you? The child is in the classroom and they are doing this. You can see that child, how is that child going to learn? And for our second cycle schools, you are in the boarding house. Who has that time to do that for you? Since Joyce Aye's time, the PNDC Secretary for Education, she asked that schools, especially public schools, those things shouldn't be done. And I think our children look decent, disciplined, and cute when they are going to school. Your uniform is clean. Your hair is shaved well. You have a clean cut. You comb your hair. Those times we used to have lice. I remember even in secondary school. You are in assembly and you can see lice on people's back. And you can see those lice egg. I don't know if it has a name. Those things. And it was nasty. And so why should we let these children go through that? So for me as a parent, as a mother, I remember my daughter, the last one, she used to braid her hair. And her hair is like rubber growing up. And we waited because my kid sister was going to have a wedding. She was a flower girl. Do you know that Monday, after the Sunday, everything, she just said, Mommy, please, she sat down herself with her scissors in her hand. Please cut my hair. And that since then. Even recently, because she's out of school, she's keeping natural. She braids it and all that. She said, "Oh, Mommy, I want to cut it again." Or what do you? So at a point, I said, because it's difficult to comb, why don't you add chemical? He said, I don't want. Because the stress is too much and all that. And for a child to be in school, how many parents who have... No, it's not even parents. Who has the time to even be in school to do all those things? Let the children... I remember those times we used to have courtesy for boys and girls. And all those things were spelt in it. And so we always want to look good. Those times, Mondays, they check your nails. They will check your socks, your uniform. So we put a little statue, iron wall. You are looking good and you go and come. Why won't you go back to those things? Parents, we are worrying our children. And sometimes we, the parents, we don't have time to take good care of them. And so why let them go through all that stress? They come back, and me, my kid sister, the daughter, she's in, where you here now? The hair. She has a very long hair. But we have cut it. After school, after some few months, they go back and you have their hairs back. What would they even... Now, do we even want people who... They don't want all those chemicals. And I use my sister here. I always wish I can have it. Me, I used to have a long hair. My hair was more than this. But one day I just... Because 4 kids, I now have to wake up, take care of them. I have to go to... wake myself, take them to school, have to run off to work. Sometimes you come back, you pick them late, and Sundays that you have time to do things in the house. I have to go and sit in the salon. So one day I just went to the salon. The Baba said, Madam, keep it. I said, no, I don't want, not by force. I just cut it down. Then my father-in-law said he doesn't want it. So I started growing it again. But for me, sometimes these things makes us smart. It makes life easy for us. All that wahala and all that. Yes, somebody was saying that it doesn't take it to make the children timid. I said no. It's even making them back kids. Look at our children in the universities. You know, some of our children are selling their sperms, so that Amma has this. I also want it. Some girls are being surrogates that their parents don't even know about. They will tell you, "Mommy, you want to be in school to learn." It's a lie. They are keeping people's babies in their bellies just because they want to live a certain kind of lifestyle. We have hairs going for 1,000 plus 20,000 and all that. I want to carry 20. For what? This hair, I'll keep it for life. I even don't want it. As soon as it starts growing, I go and cut it, trim it, and I'm going. So some of these things, we should just help as parents. I don't see what these things... Yesterday, I was on one of the sister TV stations, and one of the girls, I think Yasan to Akumasi, she went to school with a hair like this. You can see that she's a mixed breed. So she has a curly hair. And when they were cutting the hair, you could see dirt and all that. After everything, she was looking so beautiful. She herself was now smiling. But when they started cutting the hair, she was crying. But after everything, even the way the curly hair lie down, it looked like this one's waves. And I said, look at you, so beautiful. But we worry our children too much. Sometimes let them know they are children.
Let children be children.
When you look at the video before the cut and this thing, she was looking older with the hair on her. And so when she's out there, somebody thinks that she's an older, start chasing that we don't even want to understand. Let them be children. People will treat them as such. So there's nothing wrong. We support minister. For me, as a mother, I support minister 100%.
Ellen.
With all the issues that we have in our education sector, we think that we should spend energy, time to discuss cutting hair. Seriously, look at the issues we are having in the education sector. We are having children who haven't been placed well. We are having issues. And why must the Home Minister actually spend time that he can use to address other pressing issues on hair? If you want your child to have long hair, there's nothing wrong with it. Send your child to a school that allows long hair. The rest of us who do not want the long hair, don't want our children to have it, we will send them to schools that says cut it. Why must this one too be something that we are pulling? And I've seen people's write-ups, the human rights. What is the human rights
about the child?
What is human rights in this?
Child keeping
there
hair
are
is
rules.
human rights.
Every place you go, there are rules. Then they should go to the law school and go and tell them to use human rights. You will go there, you see paramount chiefs, they have been told, you are supposed to dress a certain way, from student to wherever. Even as lawyers, they are supposed to dress in certain ways when they are going to court. You have decided to be a lawyer or go to law school, so you do it. When you're going to the nursing school, you know that the nurses are not allowed to have acrylic nails?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that against their human rights?
It is.
Nursing schools, when you enter, the teacher education schools, every single institution has its rules and regulations. If you don't want it, send your child to where they allow these things.
Because some of the teacher training colleges, they have a particular hairstyle that they allow.
Can you go to the military and tell the military that because of human rights, you want to dress in a certain way?
Or you want to keep dreadlocks?
So, I mean, I just find it, honestly, without being offensive to anybody, a total waste of my time, energy, and resources to come and sit here and talk about hair. Hair, cutting hair, when we have other things to talk about. If you don't want your child to cut his or her hair, I beg, don't send them to a public school, a public secondary school. They will be asked to cut it. You don't want it. There are a lot of private secondary schools. They allow their children to do what they want to do. When I look at my alma mater, and the time I was there, I went to St. Rose's in Akwetia. I cannot see any one of us having hair. At times, and at that level, you need to have a structured timetable for the children, especially those who are in the boarding house. Structured. So if we are all waking up at 4 a.m., you're going to take your bath. There's a time. You cannot take your bath after that time.
A certain time, yeah.
What time will you get to make sure that your hair is well plaited and neat? How are we going to get the resources for that? How? They should explain to us how. You were there once, I think every month, they had the barbers come into the school. And every girl, you spend about 5-10 minutes. You are done. You and I, you know, plaiting hair is not 5-10 minutes.
No.
And you have a school population, a boarding population, where you have girls over 500, 600. How are the whole mistresses going to manage that? How? I just want us to look at the logistical things about it. If we say we are allowing everybody to do what they want. It is a secondary school. It is a place for discipline. It is a place you pick the school because there are certain values that they have there that you love. I didn't go to Wesley Girls, but I hear Wesley Girls, some of their house dresses, they allow them to take their mufti from their house. That is Wesley Girls' style. St. Rose's, you will not take anything. In fact, everything, we are the same. We from haircut to uniform to even slippers.
The footwear.
The footwear. They will tell you the footwear they want. If you like,
they will come for inspection. When it is not approved, they will take it out, throw it away in the bin.
It was seized most of it.
And so all of us were in order. And let me be very honest with you. Those 3 years of my life that I spent there were good for me. It taught me discipline. And that's helped me throughout my life. So if you don't want it, my father saw the school, spoke to me about it. We went there to visit. I loved the place, and I said, I'll go. So I put myself under strict instruction. I was not a Catholic. I'm still not a Catholic. But I had to go and go to the Catholic church, know how to go for Mass, know how to recite the rosary, because that is where I said I'll go. I didn't go and make noise. At that time, I was a Seventh-day Adventist. I wanted to go to church on Saturday, but I knew it was a Catholic school, and I came. I could have gone to the SDA schools. So you know the rules and regulations. Please stop that. They should stop disturbing our ears. If you do not want your child to cut his or her hair, send them to the private schools, day schools, so that during the weekends you can take your child to the salon for hair to look good. When you are in boarding school, you don't have the time, the energy, the strength, the resources to go to salon. Let's find something else to do. There are so many things in the educational sector we have to look at. Please, we should cut this. By the end of this week, this conversation should end.
Well, the minister has given...
I agree with him on this one.
Oh, yeah.
I totally agree with him on this one. Why? The minister have too many things to deal with.
Do you know why he came out? Parents are taking kids to school, and my child's hair cannot be cut. For what? Are you?
Meanwhile,
are you
are giving a
Are you Samson?
You are giving code of conduct.
If you are Samson, you are not supposed to be there. Go and find the pastoral school and go. As simple as that.
I like that.
So some of these things.
Thank you, ladies.
Schools are supposed to mold us.
No, we make the work difficult for the administrators. Honestly. You think you are getting to a certain level. You want your child to grow up in a certain way. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't bring your child to public school. Public school is public school. Public school is public school.
Simple.
There are rules, there are regulations.
Absolutely. I agree. Anyway, thank you very much, ladies. That's Awoke Kelly. She's a member of the NDC Communications team. Elena Madeko is special aide to Dr. Mahamudu Baumia and a member.
And I'm her special aide.
Member of the NDC Communications team. And a lecturer of UPSA. My name is Lini Mohammed. We're back shortly. Yeah, welcome back to the show. This is still GH Today here on GHOne TV. I am Lily Mohammed. It's now time for Hard Talk. And on Hard Talk, I sat exclusively with the Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Intelligence Center, GHOne, on a myriad of issues. Have a look. Welcome to GH Today exclusive here on GHOne TV. And my name is Lily Mohammed. Today, we sit with the Chief Executive Officer for the Financial Intelligence Center, GHOne. Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Lily. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
It's good to see you. How has it been? How long have you been in office? 6 months, 7 months?
Since February 10th. So let's just say 10. 8 months, 9 months. If you want to pass it. Yeah.
And how has it been?
Challenging.
How challenging?
Dealing with money laundering and all the facets and all the changing scenes of money laundering is not easy, but I'm doing my best. And also, I inherited an organization that needed to change its focus to be more on the front foot instead of being reactive. So that has been my focus, and it's been challenging, but it's worth the challenge.
Okay. Give us a brief of the state of FIC as you inherited.
Like I said, I found FIC to be a little reactive. That is not to say that it wasn't well managed. I thought that I wanted to bring a focus for it to be a little bit more proactive and front foot approach. So, for example, there have been instances where we haven't waited to be prompted by the banks or the financial institutions to act on certain matters. We have brought in suspected, transactions that or lifestyle audits that we've conducted that we haven't waited to be prompted by anybody. And so far it's worked. So far so good.
Lifestyle audit, you say. When you say lifestyle auditing, what are you doing?
I'll give you a very simple example. We have very credible suspicion that there's a lot of money laundering going on in the real estate industry.
Okay.
So we don't wait to be prompted by the tax authorities or we have teams that go around and actually audit the real estate projects that are going on.
Okay.
So, for example, you call the proprietary elements of those real estate projects, and you want to know where their sources of income are coming from. If you are asking for people's bank accounts, for example, and you are finding out that they are not paying taxes, right? Their outlay from their financials are not consistent with the cost of putting up an edifice, then there are problems. Then you know immediately that whatever it is they are doing is being financed with cash.
How endemic is this? The issue of money laundering in the real estate industry, for instance?
Endemic enough. I don't want to give absolutes, or I can't give figures because the investigations are ongoing.
What is your mandate as FIC?
Well, mandate at FIC is the enactment of Act 1044, the anti-money laundering law. So for the avoidance of doubt, let me read it, what the Act says. Act 1044, which is the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2020. It was assented on 29th December 2020. So, and obviously passed by the Parliament of Ghana. And it says, a person shall not engage in money laundering. A person commits an offense of money laundering if that person knows or ought to have known that a property is or forms part of the proceeds of unlawful activity, and that person converts, conceals, disguises, or transfers the property for the purposes of disguising the illicit origin of the property, or assisting any person who is involved in the commission of the unlawful activity. So, encapsulating it, and I don't want to keep reading it, you have abetment of money laundering, we have conspiracy to launder money, and there are penalties for it, bail sentences, fines, confiscation of said finances and property, and within that there are various facets to it. And it's, like I said, it's challenging because you always have to try to be ahead of those who are engaging in it.
Is it challenging because many say that your office or your outfit is a duplication of GHOne?
No, we are a complement to GHOne because we have several interagency corporations. We have a very, very seamless interaction with the NIB, formerly BNI, the National Security Coordinator's Office, the National Security Secretariat itself, the banks, very important, GHOne itself, very important. And indeed, if I may put you in the know, we have very active collaboration with the FBI, the EU security authorities, the British intelligence authorities, and all other intelligences. Of course, Financial Action Task Force, and then we have the various financial intelligence units send us due diligence considerations. We have interactions with the research department of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and so on and so forth. It's a potpourri of intelligence operations that ensure the safety of all of us. Because don't forget that within the ambit of money laundering is terrorism financing. It's a very, very important, and the counterterrorism finance operations that we conduct is a very important facet of what we do, because you don't want terrorists who have money to come in here and you know, the arms trade, very lucrative trade, and it ends up fueling conflict. You know, we have pockets of conflict. You know, around our borders, your hometown, for example, there's an ongoing problem there, and because of our borders,
and the volatility of our borders,
and then the proximity to the Sahel regions and what is going on there. We have active operations that we need to conduct to make sure that it doesn't filter into our country, because that's dangerous.
Do you think we've been lucky as a country when it comes to terrorism? Because if you look at across our borders, we're surrounded by countries that are heavily in conflict.
There's a Latin saying, amat victoria curam, luck favors preparation.
Are we prepared enough as a country? You think we are?
Absolutely.
Or it's just sheer luck?
No. Luck favors preparation.
Yeah, you see,
okay. Let me say something that I hope your viewers will understand. This country's security is excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. There are cameras all over Accra.
Okay.
people may or may not know. So
are they functional cameras or they're just for decoration?
Absolutely. We have a National Signals Bureau that is very active.
Okay.
Right? If you commit a crime, with your telephone, you will be found. It doesn't matter where you go and hide. I don't want to go into details because I wouldn't
want to give out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I will give you an example of what happens with people who have been scamming. Recently, the government of Ghana, in collaboration with the FDI, extradited some Ghanaian citizens who had laundered hundreds of millions of dollars. It was an operation that went on for 6 years. And they were finally caught because there is an ability to look through finances. Even your mobile money finances can be looked into. So there's very little one can escape with. Having said that, because of citizens' protection rights and the constitutional rights of citizens that is guaranteed in our constitution, you cannot just get up and for example, say, I suspect Lily Mohammed of money laundering, and so that's it. You have rights. We need to make a case before a judge. Even when we freeze people's accounts, we need to make a case before a judge that what we are doing is what we should be doing. So we have 7 days to justify what we have done. And then IOCO takes over. So that's the collaboration with IOCO that we have.
You freeze accounts. You, not too long ago, froze the account of Chairman Wontumi and Akunta Mining. Why?
That case is in court.
He's only a suspect until proven guilty. So why go ahead and prove it?
That's exactly why he has his day in court. You freeze accounts because you don't want the suspected perpetrators to go in there and take out the evidence. So the state in and of itself is not allowed to confiscate anybody's property without showing a judge that they have cause to do that, and then the evidence points in that direction. That's the reason why you have a judge. And so the term freeze in and of itself should tell you that it's in abeyance. They are holding it pending the investigation that they are conducting. And I must tell you that we unfreeze lots of accounts that we freeze if something is suspected. So, for example, a bank sends me a suspicious transaction report. We analyze it, and I have a slew of lawyers and analysts here. We look through it, and we think that we should move in and put a freeze on it. We do it. Sometimes by interviewing the suspects, you find out that they haven't done anything. So you unfreeze it. Okay.
But in this instance, he, together with his colleagues, have said this is political witch hunt.
That's for the judge to determine. Because let's not forget that...
Are you witch hunting Chairman Wontumi? Because he made certain comments about President Mahama in the past.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think that the Attorney General has charged him with offences relating to Akunta Mining. And you see, let me say this. If you don't pay taxes, you are money laundering. Do you realize that? If you don't pay your taxes, you are money laundering. By the definition of money laundering, if you owe the GRA money, you are money laundering. If you have engaged in a business, not paid your taxes, and taken the proceeds of that so-called business and funneled it elsewhere to escape taxes, you have a problem. In the case of Chairman GHOne, to me, he has been accused by the AG of going into a mining
the forest reserve.
Forest reserve.
And near water bodies.
So most of the directives that we get comes from the agencies that we collaborate with.
Does mining close to a water body and a forest reserve require freezing my account?
I don't think that you are characterizing it the right way.
Okay.
Because you are directed to freeze an account because there is a suspicion of wrongdoing.
Okay.
Granted, the suspicion of wrongdoing in and of itself does not render guilt or innocence. So that's why I told you about the term freeze. When that is done, a case may be presented to a judge for a judge to determine the guilt or innocence of the party involved. So as far as we are concerned, even in the case of GHOne, we have handed over our investigation to the EOCO office and the AG's department. That's where we stand. So let me use the words of a past president. You can term us as a conveyor belt. We get the information needed because we are mandated to go and sift out that information, and then we hand it over to the investigative bodies. And we don't have our powers of arrest. What we have is the power to investigate people's finances. So, like I said, we hand over information to the National Security, we hand over information to the AG, we hand over information to EOCO, we hand over investigations to the NIB, Signals Bureau, the FBI, EU Security, British Intelligence, and so on, and other FIUs all over the world. So that's what we do.
How did you feel when you heard Chairman GHOne say that I cannot pay my children's school fees, I cannot feed my family? You're a father. How did you feel?
I don't want to venture into that milieu because it's not for me to say. There are several people who have been accused of committing crimes. The law allows for investigations to be conducted, investigations to be finished, a docket, if any, to be submitted by the AG's office to a judge, and then the judge determines your guilt or innocence. So if somebody says that my accounts have been frozen and I cannot feed my children, it's obtuse. In my view, it's obtuse, especially when that person is able to display gold bars on their radio stations and on television, on a station you used to work for. Where were the proceeds of the gold bars? Where are the proceeds of the,
but they're in his bank account, you don't think?
It's not for me to judge. I don't want.
But does the law bar displaying gold bars?
No.
So what's
the law also does not. The law also does not bar your account from being frozen if the AG suspects that you are up to no good. So it's a delicate dance that I have to dance. I have to do my work. I have to protect, or we have to protect this country from money laundering, and that's what we do. We do it fairly. We do it with a fine-tooth comb all our investigations are done not by one person. Like I said, a raft of people sit down and determine the way forward on every single issue that we deal with in this office.
One to me has accused this administration of political witch hunt and saying that President Mahama is after him. Did President Mahama put you to this?
Absolutely not. Really, I was arrested over 30 times between 2017 and 2024. Nobody ever heard me say anything. You know, I don't. President Mahama's edict to me always has been to let your work speak for itself. We left office in 2016 in ignominy. I can only put it that way. And the people of Ghana at that time thought they should make a change. 2024, they decided to return President Mahama to office. And his admonition to all of us who work for him is to let your work speak for itself. And leave a legacy that will be judged positively on your way out. That's what I did at Free Zones. That's what I'm doing here. I don't do personal vendettas. We don't do personal vendettas. It's against my DNA.
Okay. You say you don't do personal vendettas. There was a release on MacDan. Where are we in that?
MacDan's issue has been solved. It's been resolved. That's why I keep telling you that we don't do personal vendettas. You can speak with him.
Where his accounts frozen?
Frozen for a while, but it was resolved.
Okay, now they unfrozen.
Well, I'm frozen.
Okay.
RNAQ.
Right? Oh, Richard Niamakwe.
Yeah.
Were his accounts frozen as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm frozen.
Okay.
Because there was a determination that there was no need for it to go forward. In his case, he came here, sat down with us, including officials of BOG, and he gave us a thorough explanation of what he does, and there was no problem. So, like I said, we deal with people fairly. I don't have a personal vendetta to pick with anybody. Like I told you, in between 2017 and 2024, I was arrested over 30 times. I spent my 50th birthday in the bosom of Ioko. But I don't use that.
What were you arrested over?
They would know. As I speak to you, I'm still on bail. But those people who did it will know why they did it. I can also claim politics because I was alleged to be over-criticizing the former president when he was in opposition. So, but I don't take any of that. You know, the Honorable Michael Kofi Benfi, who succeeded me at Free Zones, gave an interview. I don't know whether it was with your station, but he gave an interview and he said very glibly that he was the first CEO to be appointed. So that should tell you that was the first CEO to be sacked. He said,
do you miss Free Zones?
I feel as though I put Free Zones in the best place that I could. And they're in a better place than when I was there. Those who came after me also put out their vision. And I think my sister, Dr. Mary Owusi, is doing very well. She's doing very, very well. I actually, you can call it a fiduciary interest.
Okay.
I pass by every now and then. I speak with her. She bounces ideas off me. And it might interest you to know that some of the scrutiny that we exercise here goes towards the free zones companies, because the Free Zones Authority needs help to figure out those who are germane to what they claim to ask for, and those who are using the free zones laws to get around paying their taxes, get around living by the creed of the free zones, what they went to ask for. So I think miss is, I must say, a little misplaced, because I thought that after 8 years, where I left them, their new offices, they have been able to employ more people. There are a lot of young people working there who are building a career, and I think I put it where it should be. I don't think I could have done more, because, you know, there's always a time that you should exit when the applause is loudest.
Do you feel Ochebefi targeted you?
I don't want to go into that. I don't want to go into that. There was a conduit through which I was being targeted.
Okay.
But
we'll see that conduit.
I think the free zones itself was used.
Okay.
But to say individuals, I don't want to say that, because I think that would be unfair.
Did it go all the way to former President Akufo-Addo?
I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that.
Okay.
But, you know, the evidence speaks for itself. What do the lawyers say? Res ipsa loquitur. The evidence speaks for itself. If you are consistently asked to come to Iyoko, you sit there and nothing happens. They call you. You know, let me give you one of the instances. We built a wall around the free zones, and I was called one day. The investigators said they have detected that the wall was shorter than. I was stunned, because I'm a civil engineer. Mm-hmm. Why would I go and build a wall that is short? And for a moment, I actually believed it. And so I asked them to, if they will, give me the plans. I looked at it and I told them that you didn't add the foundation. If you added the foundation, it made up for what you weren't seeing. So they apologized and asked me to leave. But they were also very professional. Very, very professional.
What kind of toll did this leave on you?
Oh, the toll is... You see, as a person, you can take it. Me, I can take it. But it's what happens to your family. My parents, I have elderly parents. You know, my dad is 91 today. My mom is 82. So circle back a few years, and it's very, very difficult for them. Difficult for your kids. Difficult for people around you. For example, my home was raided. My parents' home was raided. My brother, who stood surety for me, his home was raided. And they said they were looking for weapons.
White box?
Weapons.
Weapons?
Yeah, they were looking for weapons.
Okay.
I have absolutely no idea why I will be keeping weapons in my parents' house.
Okay.
Or weapons in my brother's house. You know, like I jokingly say, I don't know whether I've acquired John Wick status. It's those things are very, very, very difficult, and you don't know what will happen the next day or the day after, you know, and that's the withering part of it. But I have not allowed it to those things to govern the way I live.
Okay.
Because that drags you down, creates all kinds of internal
conflict,
turmoil within you, and it's not a good place to be. Right now, I feel that God has spoken. What I went through was infinitesimal compared to what others have been through. President Mahama himself, what they put him through. Some people went to jail. So I look at myself and I say, I was lucky. You know, when I was going to free zones, my father called me when I got my appointment, and he said to me that, remember your home training. And always remember that you will only be judged with what you left, what you were able to do, not what you said you were able to do. So I've lived by that, the memory of what my father told me, and I still live with it today. That's just how it is for me.
Okay. You're still watching Hard Talk on GH today. When I come back from this breather, we'll talk about activities of oral and the concerns of the minority, and then the widespread flaunting of wealth on social media, what the FIC is doing. We're back. This is Hard Talk on GH today, and my name is Mohammed. I told you that I'm sitting with the Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Intelligence Center, GHOne. We've talked a lot about what his outfit is, their mandates, the things that they are about. Now let's talk about Oral and the seeming political witch hunt, as said by the minority. Oral is something that the NDC touted even before coming into office. And many say that, well, it was just a much ado about nothing. You're just blowing hot air. Were you, as the NDC?
I think that the results of Oral has been there for everybody to see.
Okay.
Let me just recall the Hanan case, the former
buffer stock CEO.
Yeah. I'm sure you have heard what his charges are, and they're pretty serious charges. You see, having worked now, I am in quasi law enforcement, and the thoroughness with which the AG's office has to be able to even take a case to court, right? Some of the things that you're hearing are mind-boggling.
Sure.
Right? The kinds of expenditures that were reported, and I have to be careful because this is a case in court. So I don't want to prejudice the case but purely by looking at the accusations. You see, what we need to be concerned about in Ghana is that the use of public office for private gain has been rampant. And I dare say that never in the history of our country has it been so rampant than it was in the years, intervening years between 2017 and 2024. So, Oral has resulted in charges being preferred or charges being proffered against the National Service Authority, executives, National Buffer Stock, and it would appear that most of the time they are husband and wife teams. So we have entered a realm of Bonnie and Clyde sorts of financial improprieties. And what we need to be mindful of, Lily, is that every time you go to a hospital and you are waiting for treatment and it's not coming, you should be upset that somebody who has stolen your money. Every public official who steals money is stealing taxpayers' money. End of story. So, if you fall in a pothole, you know, a beautiful car that you drive falls in a pothole and now you need to go to the mechanic because the roads were not fixed, you should be upset at somebody who has stolen your money. If you have wards in school who are going to school and coming back after 3 weeks and spending 3 months at home because they are education free, you should be upset with somebody who has stolen your money. So when you hear that a public official who, for want of a better example, earns 40,000 cedis a month, has bought a $1.6 million home in chain homes, you should be concerned.
Was your outfit involved in uncovering a number of these things?
We have been involved in every single case of financial impropriety.
Okay.
So,
does it mean we should expect more?
Oh yes.
More thrillers?
There's a lot more coming. A whole lot more. This is just scratching the surface. I can tell you for free. You see, my advice to those who have engaged in that in the past is that you will be better off alerting the authorities that this is what you have done and you are willing to pay restitution, because we will find you.
But these are just investigations, are they not? They are suspects.
Most of the time it's targeted. Okay. Most of the time the evidence is difficult to refute. So if you are paid 50,000 cedis a month and you are able to franchise a hotel, and when we talk about franchising a hotel, the hotel establishment should be paying you, the owner of the bricks and mortar, to franchise. But here is the case where you are paying the hotel hundreds of thousands of dollars to franchise your hotel. It just doesn't add up.
Okay.
And let's just assume that it was a gift from heaven. Have you paid taxes on the gift? Because there are gift taxes in this country.
Ghanaians are becoming impatient. They say you made a lot of noise while in opposition, but coming almost a year ending and you haven't successfully been able to prosecute a single person.
It is very important that you do not put an innocent person behind bars. So the constitution of this country grants people enough time to prove their innocence, and it's very important. I lived through what I termed was persecution. We are not in a banana republic.
Sure.
And what I will not countenance is somebody going through what I went through. So whatever we do must be able to pass the smell test in court. There must be incontrovertible evidence. There must be receipts. There must be evidence that this person has done this. It must go before a judge or a jury for them to determine that it actually happened.
And they're guilty.
Even at the point where a judge has determined that it actually happened and pronounced sentence, we have an appellant system in this country where somebody who has even been convicted can go to the appeals court, and there are instances that appeals court have reversed judgments of the lower court. Supreme Court have reversed judgments of the lower court. So we have enough safety nets to ensure the guilt or innocence of any citizen. So we have to work to protect the rights of citizens. And indeed, when we have exculpatory evidence, even when somebody has been accused of something and you have something that you know exonerates the person, you have to provide.
Since you say you collaborate with the activities of Royal, is it that you are refusing or you're failing? Let me choose my words advisedly. You are failing to prosecute and convict these persons because you do not have a watertight case.
Well, the prosecutions are ongoing. Buffer stock is ongoing. The National Service is ongoing. There are other cases that are ongoing. But like I said, the SkyTrain case is ongoing. Right? Yes. In the case of the SkyTrain, let me tell you. In the case of the SkyTrain, one of the perpetrators handed was required to hand over his passport to the AG's office, to the court, basically. And unbeknownst to the court, he had a British passport, right? But the security apparatus were onto him. He was on a plane, British Airways aircraft to the UK with his British passport when he was hauled off the aircraft. So, I'm assuring you, the intelligence services have a lot of information. Sometimes they will ask you questions that they have answers to.
Okay.
Right? But they want to know, they want the veracity of what they're asking you. So, those prosecutions that are ongoing, I'm sure you recall that in the last few days, Professor Ekumfiameya's lawyers basically decided not to represent him anymore. And
the court has actually cautioned him that if he fails to come with a
those prosecutions are ongoing. But we cannot have a system where judges are pronouncing sentence on people without considering the evidence or without weighing the evidence. Because I'm sure you are aware that the burden of proof is on the people who are accusing.
On the prosecution, yes.
And in a perfect world, the world is not perfect, in a perfect world, if the Attorney General doesn't have enough evidence, the case will be thrown out. And this Attorney General is very big on making sure that his cases are watertight. So my appeal to Ghanaians is that have patience.
What is
they won't get away with it.
Okay. What is the challenge with being able to extradite Ken Ofori-Atta?
Oof, that's a difficult one. The OSP is now working with the AG's department to make sure that they have a case that they can present to the US authorities. That is not easy, because I'll tell you that we have a mutual legal agreement with the United States government. But in the case of the money launderers that they took away, it took them 6 years. They had to come and present a case to our judges here, because our judges, and rightfully so, will scrutinize extradition requests to the T. Because I don't think anybody is happy to extradite our citizens back to any foreign country without putting a fine-tooth comb through the evidence. So there are several layers through which those requests go, but at the end of the day, a judge must determine that that must happen. And it's the same, reciprocally the same. A judge in the United States will have to determine that we are not going to bring anybody. Let's forget about Ken Ofori-Atta for a moment. We are not going to bring anybody and maliciously prosecute the person for the sake of politics. But he has a lot of cases to answer. He has a lot of questions to answer on how he steered this economy, and people will want to know. I would have wished that he came back willingly to answer the questions that he needed to answer.
So that's Hard Talk, an exclusive conversation with the CEO of the Financial Intelligence Center that I had. But I take a break and then bring you a documentary on Goldfields. When I come back from that break, the conversation with Kwesi Chumbwafo continues.
in New Atuabo.
Show. This is still GH Today here on GHOne TV. It's now time to do some celebrations. And after the celebrations, we'll continue with Heart Talk. Grace, favor, more money, and long life locate you. Blessed birthday to you, Bransford. Happy birthday to my boss, Nathan Kwabna Edisi Jr. Grace of the Almighty Lord walk with you in all areas and become great. Happy birthday, son, from your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Adams. Hey, okay. Happy birthday, sis. Wishing you a day filled with love, laughter, and all the amazing things you deserve. You are not just my sister, but my best friend. May this year bring you endless joy and success. Love you always from the Frimpong family. Happy birthday to William Kobi Esquire, former Chief State Attorney in Ghana, a lecturer at Ghana School of Law and Wisconsin International University College. Happy birthday to one of the most incredible persons I know. Your kindness, strength, and unwavering support inspire everyone around you. Today I celebrate not just your birth, but a beautiful soul that you are, from Matilda Ayati, Tema Urban Hospital. So if you're marking your birthday today, happy birthday to you. Marking any significant milestone, we say congratulations to you. This is still GH Today. Let's continue with our conversation with the Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Intelligence Center, Kojechumbafo, on Heart Talk.
Even my boss, my former boss, Dr. Spiogabra, was hauled to Yoko. Dr. Spiogabra has served this country since the 1980s. Mm-hmm. Nobody has laid a glove on him in terms of wrongdoing. Mm. And I know Dr. Spiogabra. Mm-hmm. I know him very well. Mm-hmm. He is the last person. He's even too proud to steal. And yet, he was badly treated at Yoko. So, if we want to have a conversation about how suspected perpetrators are treated, let's have that conversation. But for people who put people through worse to now be complaining about the same system that they set up, it's a little strange to me. Okay. I'm confounded. Because don't forget that when President Mahama came to power, he didn't change all the people at Yoko. Certainly hasn't changed all the people here. I am the only new employee in this outfit.
Okay.
Me, I'm the only new employee. So what has changed? The information systems that we need to identify and target money laundering were donated or given to us and monitored by foreign intelligence agencies. Okay. So they are strictly monitored. Okay. Even upgrades. The franchising that we do for the systems that we use, most of the servers and stuff sit outside the shores of this country. Nothing has changed significantly for those complaints to be made manifest. It is the system that was put in place by the very people who are complaining. So if we want to have a conversation about that, let's have a conversation. But many of them, in my view, or some of them, are trying to cry more than they bereaved. Some of them are shouting to the hills. They are ululating like wolverines in heat to mask what they themselves may have done. My view.
Okay.
Okay? So let's let the system work.
Okay.
Let's allow our laws to work, because there are lots of laws that actually protect people. And I'm telling you have it on record, that more people have their bona fides checked and corrected.
Okay.
Than there are people who we have cases against that we forward to the authorities.
Okay.
It's lopsidedly in favor of those who have done nothing. Right? And I've given you examples of people who had absolutely done nothing and they checked out.
Okay.
So Ghanaians should have patience. Okay. Those who have flouted the law will be dealt with. But we cannot go on a spree of hunting down people who have done nothing. Okay. Let's not forget that many of these people employ people. Right? In the case of Richard Quay, he owns Burger King. So if you shut down his work because he held a party at the Independence Square, granted, I won't do that. But it's not for me to determine what he does if his finances are germane.
Okay.
Because I am talking about his particular case because it was well publicized.
Yes.
Right? But we had a meeting with him, his lawyers, 5 officials from the BOG, and we went through what his and he completely checked out.
Okay.
Actually, he actually pays his taxes on time.
Okay. Okay.
He came here with sea trunks.
Okay.
Of manifested evidence of his activities.
Okay.
So if you go and shut down Burger King, right? And what's the other thing? Pinkberry, is it Pinkberry?
Yeah, Pinkberry, Pizza Man.
Chicken Man, Pizza Man, whatever man, right? And the 4,500 workers that his young people that he employs are not being paid. That's on you.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Beyond Richard
So
Nyamaku.
if I had advice to give him, I'll tell him that next time they'll have a party at Independence Square. Maybe do it at Kebisky. But
that's his own perk.
Yeah, that's advice I'll give him. But he has a right to live.
Now, since we talk about flaunting of wealth, there's been an influx of flaunting of wealth, especially on social media. Is this something that you're concerned about? I ask this because in some time past, Ghana was flagged for activities of money laundering by the EU.
Well, those people who are doing that should be very careful because we've sent people back.
Okay.
We've repatriated people. Many of them have been caught. And the social media, let's just say that they should be careful if they are flaunting illicit wealth on social media. Because once again, the security of this country is very strong. Very, very strong. Stronger than anybody thinks it is. If you are flaunting wealth on social media and the money is illicit, they'll get you. In fact, you're actually handing yourselves over to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are a number of these people under your radar, especially celebrities who do this? Ghanaian celebrities, foreign celebrities who come to Ghana?
Why would I want to give you that information, Lily?
You don't want to give that out?
No, I wouldn't tell you.
But you're cautioning them. It means they're on your radar.
You said it. I didn't say it.
Anyway, let's talk about...
If you see, does it make sense to you that if you are making money illicitly and you are sitting on in a media space that millions of people see what you are doing. Are you not handing yourselves over to those authorities? Is there anybody who thinks that the financial, national security, and you see, don't forget that some of these things have national security implications, right? National security, the Signals Bureau, IOCO, Financial Intelligence Center, and there's a unit in the police headquarters called the Financial Fraud Unit. Yes. Many people don't know about them, but they are watching everybody. So if you are doing it, they'll get you.
Okay.
My advice to them is don't do it. Why would you want to be living that kind of life only for you to be one day arrested and taken to jail?
Is your outfit involved in the fight against Galamsey?
Oh, that's a loaded question. We are involved in the licensing of people who may want to work with Gold Board.
Okay.
We are involved in tracking gold smuggling.
Okay.
We actively track the gold smugglers. So we have had occasion to deal with companies that we suspect are smuggling gold.
Okay.
And it's something that the foreign intelligence agencies are very concerned about, because clearly it may finance terrorist activities, not just in Ghana, elsewhere. Okay. Because gold is a very, very, perhaps it's the safest store of wealth. That's the reason why most economies use their gold reserves to back their currency. So gold reserves can be used to back terrorism. Gold reserves can be used to back arms trade. Gold reserves can be used to back human trafficking. Right? So, yes, we are actively tracking those companies, but they are hard to deal with, because we always need to be ahead of them, and when you being ahead of them is not easy, because they are always also finding new ways to do what they do.
What's been some of the toughest decisions you've had to take as a CEO?
Another loaded question. I think trying to reorganize this place.
Okay.
Is to fit President Mohammed's vision.
Okay.
Has been challenging.
Okay.
Trying to reorientate our goal and incorporate what is being done here. You know, the mutual evaluation that we have put ourselves up for with the GHOne is ongoing.
Okay.
I came to meet the process. The lead, the team that is handling it is a very efficient team. It's headed by a gentleman called Seta Mwako. Very, very, very well informed on what he does. So that is challenging, because if we do not achieve the goals of the mutual evaluation, we will be grey listed by the Financial Action Task Force. Grey listed means that, Lily, you can't transfer any money to a friend to buy you makeup. You can't transfer money to your ward outside because Ghana is listed as a suspicious destination, and failure is not an option for me.
Why?
I didn't fail at reasons. I'm not about to fail here. But those are some of the challenging things, the interstitial difficulties that come with running a place like this, learning as you go along, and I learn every day, and meeting the challenges of some of those people who, for want of a better word, may have to readjust and reorientate their focus.
10 months into President Mohammed's administration, what's your assessment? Some of your party folks...
I'm biased. So
some of your party folks have accused some of you appointees of neglect. Some say that you've become very snobbish, but you were in the trenches with them.
Lily, I've been a politician for 32 years. You interviewed me when I was at Free Zones copiously. Even outside the country, we did exposés on what we do. I am very, very, very minded as to how I got here. I don't take my accent to political office. I don't take it lightly. So within my capability and within what I am allowed to do. Okay. It's very important to understand what I am allowed to do. I bring people along with me.
Okay.
As we speak now, we are engaged in a staff rationalization effort. Tomorrow, I'll bring it before our board, and the board will direct me on what to do. Because don't forget, we are also under the finance ministry. The finance ministry has commitments that they have made to the IMF and the World Bank about employment. We're also in a quasi form under BOG. So we need to make sure that whatever we do is actually legal. Because, for example, if I decided to bring people in here and simply say I'm employing them, I can't pay them. And the reason why I can't pay them is that I need consent from the finance ministry to pay people. So we are working on expanding the focus of the FIC. And within that expansion of the focus of FIC, there will be a capacity building exercise that will require us to bring in more employees. I understand the sentiment of many of those young people who just want to work.
Exactly.
Many of them simply want to go to wake up and go to a place in the morning, work, go back home, and live and look after their families, look after their parents. And I think that collectively we have failed them. Like I said, I don't take it lightly. But failing them didn't occur with this administration. The antecedents has to do with many things: education, the right kind of education, the right kind of training to fit what we do here or elsewhere, right? And that in and of itself has a follow-on to how you structure your staff rationalization and the kinds of people you bring into your organization. nutshell, you can't put square pegs in round holes.
Okay.
So I'm a civil engineer, but I also have an MBA from a very good school, I might add. Otherwise, I won't be here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been at the free zones. Maybe I would have been asked to go and head highway authority or something like that. But what I bring on board is an appreciable knowledge of management.
Okay.
So let me give you an example. We have highly trained analysts here who analyze information that we get. They can't make mistakes because if they make mistakes, it affects the well-being of people. So if I'm bringing people in to train them as analysts, you must have a computer background.
Okay.
You must be able to appreciate. It's not necessary to come in here as a trained analyst, because you will find out that what we do here may be different from what we're doing. But you must have an appreciation of what they do here. I don't want to, as it were, compare professions but you must be trainable. Let's put it that way. You must be trainable.
Okay.
Right? You're a journalist, right? If you don't have a background in journalism, you can't just walk into media general and start doing what you do, because what you do is not easy. You have been doing
network,
it.
You mean?
You have been. Oh, oops. What you are doing is very difficult. You have done it over a long time because I know you. You ask difficult questions, like you've sat here and you've made my life difficult.
I think I've been very fair today. Very charitable.
You have been asking me difficult questions with a smile. You have to know what to ask without being offensive.
Yes.
That comes with training. It's the same thing that we do here, right? You've been doing this business for how many years? 10, 12 years?
12 years.
So it's not easy. A lot of people think it's easy. Oh, you know, I'm just going to sit and do it. You and I both know it's not. Okay? If somebody were to walk in here, even the setup that you have to put together to ask me those questions and the way you are going to go and edit and present it, it's a skill set that somebody has to have. It's the same for this place.
What's your fondest memory of Nana Akufo-Addo Rollins?
Lily, today you came. You came in there costly. I didn't know that you were armed. I should have prepared for you. Well, Nana Akufo-Addo Rollins did a lot that people don't know she did. And I would ask everybody to look for what Fento Taiwo Fento said about her.
Okay.
That encapsulates what she did, the outreach of the 31st December Women's Movement, empowering women to empower their children. Fento said that he was the only person out of his village who came to become a graduate, and that was because Nana Akufo-Addo Rollins set up a school in his village. She came and commissioned the school all over this country. She did that. Unfortunately, when the Kufuor administration came to power, they targeted those schools and closed most of them down. That is the nature of sometimes what we do that doesn't end up doing right by the people. If you want me to talk about her personally, Nana Akufo-Addo, I'm a creature of the revolution. Okay. I grew up admiring a certain Accra and allow me to say that I went to Achimota School. Not many people have the opportunity to go there. That is the reason why we turned out Kwame Nkrumah. That's the reason why we turned out Professor Mills. That's the reason why we turned out GHOne Rawlings. And even President Mahama went to primary school at Achimota. So it's a pattern. It's not happenstance. Okay? I grew up admiring a certain free-speaking Accra who rose to become the president of this country. That is President GHOne Rawlings. His wife, Nana Kunedu, was also an Accra. They met in Achimota School. And for me, it's a story that must be told. It's a love story that must be told. Nana Kunedu personally campaigned for me when I was standing for election in Ayawaso West Wogon. I didn't win, but my effort in an area where it was a no-go area for the NDC has resulted in today the Honorable John Dumelo capturing the seat with the majority that he captured in, and everybody will attest to the fact that John Dumelo is actually one of the finest young people that we have produced to lead in this country.
Do you think he can maintain that seat for the NDC, knowing that he came from the NPP? Was it just the wind of change, or genuinely the people wanted him?
John Dumelo is an exceptional human being. He is an exceptional human being. You know, I often tell him that, John, when I grow up, I want to be like you, and he will laugh. He is somebody that every young person should emulate. His humility. Right? You know, he's a civil engineer, also turned actor, and an Accra. So today, I'm doing Achimota School business. But
I need to send an invoice to Achimota School, by the way.
He exudes, let me pay you before you go. He exudes confidence, but his confidence in humility.
Is that to say that you have kissed that seat goodbye? You never contest again? Or never say never?
I am too old to contest the seat. I'm 56 years old now. I think that
some of your some of the people
well,
in Parliament
I feel that
are your age
one of them, some of the
older.
mistakes. Well, some of the mistakes that we make is not knowing when the final whistle is blown.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So, as a boxer, let me use a boxing analogy. I don't want to be punch drunk. So I will exit when the time is right. Okay. Most likely when President Mahama exits.
You're not eyeing a top job in the NDC, for instance?
No.
Okay.
No. Politics is a calling. But I feel that there are many young people who need to be given opportunity. And the continued, let me call it, Methuselization of political positions.
So are you saying that you are retiring with President Mahama?
Yes.
So you don't care who succeeds him?
I do, but that's a conversation we should have in a few years' time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lily. Thank you for the grilling. Thank you for making my life very, very difficult this morning. But thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
I am very, very grateful.
You're welcome. So that's GHOne. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Intelligence Center. And that's it for her talk. My name is Lily Mohammed.